You are watching Eswatini TV, Sibuko Semaswati.
A very good afternoon and a warm welcome to Eswatini TV. My name is Lirato Mabilisa and with me in studio is my colleague Nogwazi Dlamini. This is your favorite teleeducation program, Home Study. A very good afternoon, Nogwazi. How was your holiday yesterday?
A good afternoon to our viewers. Good afternoon, Lerato. My holiday was amazing yesterday. I had some much needed sleep, of course. How was your holiday?
Well, it was not so horrible, but not so good. I hope you understand what I'm saying.
I totally understand what you mean. Actually, some people have those days. Viewers, we hope that you had a beautiful holiday yesterday and you had much needed rest and are actually ready for some learning today. How does today's timetable look like, Lerato?
Well, grade 7s, Form 3s, I hope, and Form 5s, I hope that you are ready for today's jam-packed day. As always, we have Siswati from 2 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. followed by Siswati again for the Form 3 learners from 2:30 p.m. to 3:08 p.m. followed by Science from 3:08 p.m. to 3:45 p.m. followed by Chemistry from 3:45 p.m. to 4:25 p.m. followed by Mathematics from 4:25 p.m. to 5 p.m. So it looks like another jam-packed day as always.
As always, yes, Lerato. I see I put you on the spot there. I was actually supposed to say the timetable, not you, but then it's okay. I think the viewers have actually got the timetable
well,
and
since
are ready.
you put me on the spot,
Since I put you on the spot,
can say those social media platforms.
Yes, I will be able to say the social media platforms. And just to remind you, we are live on YouTube and on Facebook. And if you have any questions, feel free to use our WhatsApp number to ask those relevant questions that you might have. Now, without wasting any time, Lerato actually will be right back with you with the grade 7 Siswati teacher, Mr. John Msibi. We'll be right back after this.
Hi viewers at home, my name is Professor Shabang. I'm the presenter for your favorite health program, Better Health, Better Life. Thank you viewers at home for the calls and the messages, and thank you Eswatini TV for the great platform. Better Health, Better Life Season 4 is coming bigger and better. And now you have a chance to participate by sending a video of your view prior to the next program. On that note, we are appealing to all Emaswati, please stay at home, stop the spread so that we can save lives.
Mbukeli ngiphinze ngikwemukele eluhlelweni lethu lokufunza usekhaya phecelezi i-home study. Libito lami ngingilirato wakamabilisa kanti ke kulesikhathi manje angihambi ngedwa, ngihamba naye thishela weSiswati Mr. John Msibi futhi sihloko sanamuhla sithi indzaba licabangako. Ngikuvusele thishela ngiphinze ngikwemukele eluhlelweni.
Ngiyabonga Lerato kungemukelwa eluhlelweni lwesifundo seSiswati.
Umfunzi ngabe namhla ubhekeke ukuthi afunzeni ekupheleni kwalesifundo.
Umfunzi namuhla kubhekeke ukuthi alolongeke aphindze ahlonyiswe kabanti ngelwadi lokubhala indzaba lecabangako. akhona ukusebenzisa lulwimi lwesiSwati kanye netimpawu tekubhala indzaba lecabangako. Siyabonga.
Okay, Tichela. Mfundzi ekhaya nginembuto nje longahambisani naso sifundo sethu sesiswati sanamuhla, kepha ngingathanza ukuthi umphendvule kunombolweni yethu yelucingo. Umbuto uthi ngikuphica ngenkhomo yami lehlatshelwa etibayeni letimbili. Ngikuphica ngenkhomo yami lehlatshelwa etibayeni letimbili. Ngaphandle kwekumosha isikhathi sesikakhwele endzabeni.
Siyabonga, siyakholwa ukuthi bafundzi batayithumela masinyane imphendvulo kuwe. Mfundzi ekhaya sikwemukele sithokode kuba nawe esifundweni sethu sanamuhla. Lapho sitawufundza khona kabanti ngendzaba lecabangako. Singakayi nakuphi mfundzi asesibuke imigomo. Ekupheleni kwalesifundo mfundzi kubhekeke ukuthi ukhone kuchaza indzaba lecabangako, ukhone kubhala kahle indzaba lecabangako, usebentise lulwimi lwesiSwati lolufanele kanye netimpawu tekubhala mfundzi. Mfundzi uma uvula umsakato khona la kumabona kudze kunesikhathi lapho kufundwa khona tindzaba. Uye phephandzabeni nakhona tiyafundwa tindzaba, uye emsakatweni wemoya nakhona tindzaba tiyafundwa. Emcondweni wakho ingabe yini indzaba lecabanga? Indzaba nje lesithi nje indzaba kuyini? Yebo mfundzi, indzaba inkhulumo lecocwako, lebhaliwe noma ke lefundwako. Sithi mfundzi indzaba inkhulumo lecocwako, lebhaliwe noma lefundwako. Ingaba indzaba leliciniso noma lecanjiwe noma ke leyakhiwe. Naso ke mfundzi wami sithombe sendzaba. Asichubeke ke mfundzi sibuke tinhlobo tetindzaba letifundwako emabangeni laphasi. Emabangeni laphasi sifundza tinhlobo letine tetindzaba lesiphindze futhi sihlolwe ngato njengaloku sitawuhlolwa mfundzi nakulomnyaka. Sibhalo hlolo lwethu phela ephepheni lekucala. Kunanati ke mfundzi, kunendzaba lecabangako, lecocako, kube khona lechazako, bese kuba khona nendzaba mpikiswano. Kungenteka ke mfundzi ukuthi soke weva ngato leti. Namuhla ke thine sitawucila endzabeni lecabangako. Mfundzi, iyini indzaba lecabangako? Yebo ke mfundzi, ucabangisa kwami lolu luhlobo mfundzi lwendzaba lolisebentisa umcabango, emaphupho iwabuyise ndzawonye abe imicondvo. Bese ke sekuphuma sithombe mcondvo saloko lokucabangako. Ikuthatha ikufake khaca esimeni lesithide, iphindze ikunike nemandla lamangalisako. Lolokucabangako mfundzi ungena kulesimo sakho ukubone kwenteka. Akusiyo into lengenteka nyalo, into letawenteka kulokutako. Asibuke ke kanye mfundzi nasi sibonelo ukuthi sinato letimpawu letilangenhla. Nasi ke lenginga kwentela sikolwa sami uma ngingaba nguthishela wetemidlalo. Nasi sibuka lesihloko mfundzi sisesikhatsini lesitako. Siyasinika sigaba lesitsite. Siyasinika futhi ukuthi singentani singothishela wetemidlalo. Sichubeke mfundzi sibuke tona timpawu talohlobo lwendzaba. Kutasisita lokho ukuthi sikhone kuyehlukanisa kuletinye tinhlobo tetindzaba. Ibeka emaphuzu langemaciniso laphathekako nalangenteka ngesihloko. Asibekise ke kulesihloko lesilangenhla njengalokho sikuthatha lesihloko sikubeka kuba ngithishela wetemidlalo. Kubhekekile wente tintfo letingaphatheka. Kubhekekile ukuthi kube ngemaciniso ngalesihloko. angeke nje bese siva wena ungithishela wetemidlalo ukuthi utawumikisa abadlali bayolala ehotela noma kubagibeta indiza. Cha mfundzi, akusiwe emaqiniso futhi akuphatheke. Isinika sithombe sesimo lokucatshangwa ngaso isivete noma isibeke ebaleni. Njengalokhu sibekisile ke ngesihloko, na ungothishela wetemidlalo kumele usikhombise konke lokudzingekako ngetemidlalo esikolweni lokungenteka mfundzi. Isebenzisa sikhathi lesitako, hayi sayitolo noma lesengcile noma sanyalo njalo kwafunza ehlelweni mfundzi ngesento la sikhulume khona ngetikhathi. Lesi sikhathi lesitako kusho ukuthi yinto lesiyibonako lesicabangako lesifisako kuba nguyo asikayiphathi inyalo itawuphatheke esikhathini lesitako. Ngiko luphawu lolunye lolu mfundzi lolukhomba kwekuthi indzaba lecabangako. Isebenzisa takhi letikhomba kuba nemandla kwenta info. Nange magama longasebenzisa mfundzi, kunesivumelwano senhloko ni nesivumelwano semandla nga uthi ke nginga ngitawu ngiyawu kuye ngekuthi ikhashane kanganani lento loyibonako ngemehlo ngcondvo ukuthi ingenteka. Asihambe kanye mfundzi siqhubeke nato timpawu tendzaba iveta emaphupho nemicabango yakho ukuleso sigaba mfundzi, hayi lokungetulu. Ekhaya kunetigaba, kunebantwana, kunamake, kunababe. Umfana wenta lokhu sesigabeni sakhe, namake ente lokhu sesigabeni sakhe, nababe ente lokhu sesigabeni sakhe. Ikuchukuluta mfundzi ukuthi ucabange tintfo longatenta kangcono uma ukuleso sigaba lonikwe sona noma wengete kulokukhona longakwenda. Umthishela wetemidlalo uyabuka nje lapha esikolweni sakeni ukuthi yini longayenta ngcono, yini longayengeta. Ngiko ke lokhu uthola lamandla la kulesikhundla lokuso kwenta kangcono kubuyisa kufaka lushintsho uphinze wengete lokho lokushodako. Yonke indzaba mfundzi nayiphelele iba nanathi takhi noma tingoni, iba nesihloko, singeniso, umtimba nesephetho mfundzi. Isuka iphelele ke ngcono nayi nalokho. Asikuhlatiye ke mfundzi ngekusheshsha ngakunye lokho ungasala sambe kanye sitsite indzaba ke inesihloko. Sihloko ke siba ngulekusikuphocela kumfundzi kuthi ubhale indzaba lecabangako. Mfundzi kukhona lokuphuphako. Mhlawumbe uphupha ngudokotela, utawubhala ngekuba ngudokotela. Mhlawumbe uphupha ngekuba ngithishela njengami nje, utawubhala ngekuba ngithishela. Kulokunye mfundzi eluhlolweni lethu bayakunika lesihloko, ubhala ngalesihloko labakunike sona, awubusatakhela sakho. Simnika indlela lotawuhamba ngayo uma ubhala mfundzi. Sibhalwa njani ke sihloko sendzaba mfundzi? Sibhalwa emgceni wekucala welikhasi. Siqaliswe ngafeleba. Leli gama lekucala lalesihloko sendzaba liqaliswa ngafeleba. Bese ke lalamanye lalandzelako asabhalwa ngeluhlavu loluncane mfundzi. Bese siyadvetshelwa ngemugca munye kusukela kuloluhlavu lokucala kuya eluhlavini lokugcina mfundzi. Utaba usente kahle ke na usente kanjalo. Ake sibuke nasi ke lesilandzelako. Lengingakwentela sikolwa sami nangingaba nguthishela wetemidlalo. Sicaliseke kahle mfundzi ekucaleni kwemugca lobheka endansi emgcini wekucala. Luhlavu lwaleli gama lokucala licaliswe ngeluhlavu lolukhulu. Lalamanye ke lalandzelako aqaliswa ngeluhlavu loluncane onke. Sase siyadvetshelwa mfundzi ngemugca munye locondzile. Ucale eluhlavini kwaye kugcina kunghamisa o. Le line la udweba mfundzi alingaweleli ngala kwaloluhlavu loluncane, alungaweleli ngala kuloluhlavu lwekugcina. Asishishimbe mfundzi. Sibuke sinyathelo lesilandzelako lekusingeniso noma ngikuphi mfundzi uyangenisa ekhaya lebantu uyakhulekela uma ngabe kusesilungwini uyanconcotha indzaba ke letawuhlamusa nalemnanzi iba nesingeniso kufanele ke singeniso sishaye emhlolweni futhi simhehe loyo lofundzako uma sithi sishaya emhlolweni kubalulekile mfundzi ukuthi ufundzisise umbuto ngilapho la utawakhela khona singeniso sakho simhehe asimdonse asimenta namathele endzabeni yakho ayifunze angayiyekeli alangatelele kuyicedza mfundzi siveta kancane umcondo wendzaba sisebentise emagama lakhethekile nguwo lenta indzaba mfundzi ihlamuse asichubeke mfundzi sibuke lokulandzelako nasi ke sibonelo mfundzi sesingeniso sendzaba manyenti ematfuba lengihlale ngiwalangatelela kuthi ngiwathole empilweni yami kepha uma lingake lithi cha mthushu lekuba nguthishela wetemidlalo esikolweni sami ngiyenta letibukwako nami ngishiye indvuku ebandla mfundzi kunanali ligama lelikhethekile ngiwalangatelela hayi ukuthi mangingalithola nje cha mthushu sinongo sentakuthi ngingenta letibukwako hayi ukuthi ngingasebenta nje njengawo wonke umuntu emagama lajwayelekile lamagama lawa ke mfundzi elikhethelo ayamenta umfundzi wendzaba yakho kuthi ayifunze ayilangatelele kuyibeka ekugcineni angayiyekeli lokulandzelako mfundzi kuba nemtimba wendzaba umtimba ke ufuna uhlukaniswe ngetindzima tindzima mfundzi siyathi ukuthi sitishiyanisa ngemugca munye indzima ke mfundzi kumele ibe nemcondvo munye longeniswa ngesihloko musho utatibuta yathi sihloko musho yini ngulomusho mfundzi lositshelako ukuthi kule ndzima le ingabe umcondvo uthini kubhekekile ukuthi iye ngekuthuthuka mfundzi lapha uniketwe lithambo kufuna ufake inyama kubhekekile ukuthi kube neluchumano kuletindzima ngekulandzelana kwato ngekusebenzisa emagama lanjengalawo uma kuchumana tindzima mfundzi uyacala usuke kucala enzimeni yesibili kwesibili lokunye kwengeta lokulandzelako sengephetha iyalandzelana ke mfundzi indzima yakho uma itawuhamba kanjalo sikanye kanye asibuke nasi isibonelo senzima yokucala kwekucala uma lingangiwela ngesemfundzi kwekucala uma lingawela kuletamtandla lithuba lelinje ngingancoma kumphathi isikole ukuthi engete letinye tinhlobo temidlalo ngaphandle kwebhola yetinyawo neyetandla inhlobo lengatincoma tingafaka ekhatsi ematubane libhola lemphebeto letinyawo labodzadze tekubhukusha nalokunye lokhu kungasita ukuthi linyenti lebafundzi likhombise emakhono alo kunekugoqa tandla nje likhibike kungaphindze kukhutsate bafundzi ukuthi sikolwa sibe senhlitweni batingenele temidlalo hayi kufundza nje mfundzi ngabe lichumano likhona yini la emagama lakhathekile akhona yini akhona mfundzi luchumano nalo lokucala siyalibona ligama lelikhethekile nalingawela kuletamtandla kunekugoqa tandla nje kugoqa tandla ngilokuhlala ubukele labanye benta lokuthide sibe senhlitweni into lesenhlitweni mfundzi ngiloyithandzako lokusho ukuthi letemidlalo tingenta kokuthi sikolwa abafundzi basithanda ingabe vele lenzima icukethe umcondvo munye yini yebo icukethe umcondvo munye mfundzi ngani na kusakhulunywa ngetinhlobo tetemidlalo ngekusheshsha mfundzi asibuke indzima lelandzelako kwesibili tinkundla tekudlalela esikolweni sami timbalwa futhi akusito letisezingeni lelilungele lonke luhlobo lwebafundzi kanye nemidlalo njengathishela wetemidlalo ngingatsengisa nemicondvo yokuthi kwakhiwe tinkundla tekudlalela letisezingeni lelilungele lonke luhlobo lwebafundzi kanye nemidlalo vele kwashobani ukuthi temidlalo tilungele bantfwana labaphila nekukhubateka kuphela nje kwakhiwa kwetinkundla letisezingeni lelungele kungasita kugwema kulimala kwebafundzi basathi voca balungiselela imidlalo yabo leyehlukene. Mfundzi, luchumano nalapha lunjani? Lukhona. Timbalwa hayi ukuthi dincane. Ngingathengisa nemicondvo kusho ngingabonisa umphathi kwekuthi akwengete naku lo mbuto lo sithi ngumbuto mbumbulu, ngumbuto mfundzi longadzingi ini imphendvulo. Kuyamheha ke kuyamdonsa umfundzi wendzaba yakho ukuthi achubeke kugwema kubalekela ini mfundzi tingoti basathi voca njengani nje bafundzi nisebancane niyathanda ukutivoca kushukumisa umtimba. Asisheshe mfundzi sibuke umtimba lolandzelako indzima yesithathu njalo. Lokunye sikolwa sami side timphahla letifanele tekudlala tebafundzi nakudlalwa lemidlalo lekhona kwanyalo esikolweni. Bafundzi batigcokela tabo timphahla lokungaba ukuthi akubafaki emandla basadlala kubekisa nje bafundzi bethu ticatfulo tebhola nguloyo uyasabutela nje longakatholi lutho njalo adlale ngetinyawo. Umdlali lodlala ngetinyawo uba inkoyoyo yekunyatselwa ngulabanye alimale kabi sikolwa siwothe ubofu. Ngekwemagunya lengingabe nginawo ngingacela kumholi wesikolwa kuthi kuthengwe emajezi akanokusho ekugcoka kanye neticatfulo letifanele. Akuve kulicapho kumfundzi asagcoke anvonsa lokhu kumfaka umdlandla akhiphela unyawo asadlala. Mfundzi bonke twayilandzela wena indzaba lenje. Luchumano siyalibona lokunye bafaka umdlandla bafaka emandla mfundzi uyasabutela nje kufuna nje lokho longakuthola uma usebenzise nawe ungahambi ngetinyawo uba inkoyoyo. Umuntu welodlala ngetinyawo mfundzi akadlali kahle ngoba nguloyo ufuna kumkhahlela nayifika nje ibhola iyendlula. Sikolwa siwothe ubofu asalimele umdlali kusho ukuthi singaba sengotini isikolwa lapha kubatali sebabuta umntwana ulimele ngani. Ngekwemagunya ngemandla lawo mfundzi lonawo ukulesigaba umholi umphathi isikolwa noma ke kafishane ngoba nanitsandzani babita mphathi isikolwa mphathi lomkhulu akanokusho kude longathanzi mfundzi kugcoka info lihamba phambili kulicapho kuyamjabulisa uma ngabe agcoke kahle anvonza umdlandla akhiphela unyawo asenta njani asadlala ngoba ugcoke njani ugcoke kahle ufake neticatfulo tekuthi angalimali. Mfundzi ungayichuba nawe ke lendzaba ifike la ifika khona ngekwemandla akho. Mfundzi sesiya ngasekugcineni asibuke siphetho sendzaba yonke into mfundzi kufuna ifike ekugcineni. Siphetho ngilapho sisonga khona indzaba yakho uyagcizelela ngaloko bokhuluma ngako akukabhekeki lana ukuthi mfundzi kube khona liphuzu lelinjani lelisha. Mfundzi asibuke kanye sibonelo. Ngiyathandaza ukuthi uma ngisawadla lanhlavana leliphupho mane lithi cantsha kuleti tamtandla lapho ke ngingakhona kwenta letibukako ngisaletha ingucuko kutemidlalo esikolweni sami. Bafundzi ngingabasita kukhipha lunyawo lemakhono abo langagcina asayindlela yabo yekubeka kudla etafuleni mfundzi. La kude umcondo lomusha umbhalo ugcizelela ngalakhulume ngako enzimeni letingetulu mfundzi iyakhomba ukuthi seyiyaphela la indzaba yakhe. Awusho ukuthi kuyaphela la sengiyagcina kubonakala ngalendlela lobeke ngayo lendzaba yakho ukuthi seyingasekugcineni mfundzi. Ungakhohlwa soloku sikhuluma ngendzaba lecabangako. Mfundzi sicale sachaza indzaba ukuthi iyini sathi indzaba kungaba ngilecocwako ngilebhaliwe noma ngilefundvwako. Sathi indzaba lecabangako ibonakala nganathi timphawu nati kuze mfundzi uyihlukanise kuletinye tinhlobo tetindzaba. Sithe ilandzela timphawu tendzaba lecabangako nati-ke isebentisa emagama lakhomba emandla ekwenta intfo letsite. Ikhombise sikhatsi lesinjani mfundzi lesitako. Iba nanati-ke takhi sitsite iba nesihloko, ibe nesingeniso, umtimba igcine ngesephetfo. Mfundzi iyobe iphelele indzaba yakho nayinanati takhi nati iyobe indzaba lecabangako uma isebentisa emagama lakhomba emandla ekwenta intfo tsite ikhombise sakhi lesitako. Sitsite futsi indzaba kumele ibe nesihloko lesingisona sikunika indlela lotawuhamba ngayo uma ubhala. Iba nesingeniso mfundzi kufanele sishaye emhlolweni simhehe loyo lofundzako. Lokulandzelako kuba ngumtimba mfundzi. Uba netindzima letehlukene ngekushiya umuca lokumele tichumane kusetjentiswe kahle emagama lakhetsekile. Tinongo tisho kanye nani mfundzi netimphawu tekubhala tibonakale kahle bufeleba uma ngabe ngemabito ngco ekucaleni kwemusho kucala uhlavu lolukhulu ekugcineni kwemusho ufaka uluphawu lolungci. Uma ngabe tintfo letibalwako letilandzelanako siyababona bokhefana. Uma ngabe ngumbabati siyambona umbabati. Uma ngabe mfundzi ngumbuto ubonakale njengalapha nje kulenzima besibuke kuyo ukuthi kwasho bani vele ukuthi imidlalo ilungele labaphila kahle sabeka uphawu lolungumbuti mfundzi. Sephethwa mfundzi sakhi lesisekugcineni kwendzaba yethu. Sitsitekela sephetho sendzaba sigcizelela ngalobe ukhuluma ngako mfundzi awuveti ini liphuzu lelisha. Asichubeke ke mfundzi. Ngiyakholwa ukuthi sisebentile mfundzi ulalele wasitakala ngeluhlobo lwendzaba lecabangako letfolakala kuphela ephepheni lekucala sigaba A lalapho ukhetsa khona yinye kuletine loniketwe tona. Ase sihlole mfundzi ngana ngumsebenzi. Bhala indzaba lengaba likhasi kuya ekhasini nesigamu nganasi sihloko lesilandzelako. Lengingakwenta uma ngingawina tinkulungwane letingemashumi lamabili temalangeni pheceleti 20,000 awukayiwini mfundzi le mali. Ucabanga utayiwina, cabanga utayiwina. Fundzisisa ke mfundzi lo mbuto ubone ukuthi kumele wenteni kuthiwe uwine malini tinkulungwane letingemashumi lamabili temalangeni asibone ukuthi utayisebentisa njani. Hlela emaphuzu latakusita usabhala indzaba yakho ukhumbule kusebentisa sikhatsi lesitako. Mfundzi naso ubhalile kubalulekile ukuthi utihlole indzaba yakho. Naku ke mfundzi longatihlola ngako. Kokucala ufundzisisile yini umbuto. Lokulandzelako uphendvule kona yini mfundzi lokufunwa ngumbuto ngoba iyalahleka lapho. Takhi tendzaba lokusingeniso sihloko singeniso umtimba siphetfo kukhona yini. Timphawu tekubhala mfundzi engabuti sebentise kahle yini. Lona lulwimi nguloyini lolunothile. Ubhale kahle yini umsebenti. Ubhaleke kahle yini umsebenti mfundzi. Lokhu kubalulekile. Umsebenti mfundzi awube muhle. Ubhaleke ngesandla lesifundzekako kude utobonakala. Tinhlavu temagama mfundzi timiswe kahle. Mfundzi, ngiyakholwa ukuthi sisachubeka nesifundo ukubambile lebesikulethile namuhla ngendzaba lecabangako. Kube yintokodo mfundzi kuhlala nawe esifundweni sethu sanamuhla sesiswati liphepha lekucala. Kuyangithokozisa mfundzi kuba nawe esifundweni silandzelako usale kahle.
Sibonga kakhulu Thishela Msibi ukuthi ube nathi namuhla, futhi sibonga kakhulu kumfundzi ukuthi bukele isifundo sanamhla sesiswati. Ngithemba ukuthi usifokotele isifundo sakho sanamhla sesiswati. Kukhona labamphendvulile lo mbuto wekuphicana wekucala bekungibuyisile Thabetse lothite lizeze nenphala. Buyile Thabetse Ncesi, Buyile Thabetse kuliciniso ukuthi lizeze nenphala.
Ushaya emhlolweni.
Ushaya emhlolweni.
Ngiyo imphendvulo la eniketile iqiniso lizeze ansi sisitibaya letimbili ungayibamba lenvala bese uyibuyisa kuleti tfupha letimbili so yayincifita ke nalelizeze likululu ungalibamba walibuyisa la lethupa totimbili ngitona sibaya.
Okay.
Letimbili.
Bese nelisiwe uthi telikhathane uma ulibula ulifaka emkhathini wetandla bese uyalipijita.
Ungaba ngilo akhona ke nalamakhathane lacinile kodwa akhona nalawa lathambile nalo bambe upijite emkhathisini waleti tfupha dibaya letimbili.
Okay. Ngibonga kakhulu mfundzi ukuthi umphendvule umbuto. Bese kunembuto wakho Thishela lothi sihloko nesingeniso kuba nani? Sihloko nesingeniso kuba nani?
Siyabonga Lerato. Sihloko mfundzi uyanikwa bese usibhala ngale migomo yaso. Kulokunye kuya ngehlobo lwendzaba mfundzi. Unikwa mhlawumbe umusho losingeniso noma losiphetho bese uyatakhela sihloko. Singeniso ngilenzima yokucala yendzaba mfundzi. Lapha uheha khona udonsa khona lokumele afunze indzaba yakho ayifunze angayiyekeli. Singasi nje kafishane ngilapho uthengisa khona lokho lotanako uyababona abantu basemarket musi ulithengisa itamati lakhe uzulithenge noma bongakaconzi kanjalo nalakubhaleni lesingeniso nasithi asinothe usuke uthengisa lendzaba yakho bekuthi ayifunze ayibeke ekugcineni njengaloku utawubhala nje wena ufuna utholela imaki uma uthengise kahle uyawubona wena uyawushaya etulu. Sihloko ke siba ngenhla sibhalwa emgceni wekucala sidwetshelwe ngemuca munye luhlavu lokucala lwalegama lesihloko lucaliswa ngafeleba bese weca umuca mfundzi kwehlukanisa lesihloko sokucala kubhala singeniso.
Mfundzi ekhaya ngethemba ukuthi uphendvulekile. Lo landzelako ngumlingani wami nokwazi Dlamini lotakwetfulela sifundo sesiswati selibanga lemfica. Mangabe ufunza yona ke libanga lemfica unganyakati. Siyabuya khona manje.
Kumelula ukuthi ligciwane lecorona lisuke kulomunye lingene kulomunye uma sitawusonzelana. Singasita sinciphise kuanza kwalo ngekuthi sikhweshelane. Lokhu kusho ukuthi singachawulani, singathinzani njengokuhagana nje. Tikhweshise ngesigaba lesiyimitha kusuka kulabanye. Kumcoka kakhulu kuhlala uhlobile nekuthi hlobisa uma uke waphumela kubantu. Ngekubambisana sitakumisa kwanza kwaleli gciwane sibe ngulabaphilile. Eswatini sibambisene kulwa nekwanza kweligciwane lecorona.
Wash hands now. Wash hands now. Wash hands now. Wash hands now. Hand washing is one of the best ways to keep from getting sick and staying healthy all the year long.
COVID-19 is an infectious disease caused by a new coronavirus introduced to humans for the first time. It is spread from person to person, mainly through the droplets produced when an infected person speaks, coughs, or sneezes. These droplets can land in the mouths or noses of people who are nearby. These droplets are too heavy to travel far in the air. They only travel approximately 1 meter and quickly settle on surfaces. This is the reason person-to-person spread is happening mainly between close contacts. The exact time that the virus can survive on surfaces is not yet known. So it is wise to clean surfaces regularly, particularly in the vicinity of people infected with COVID-19. Hands touch many surfaces, which can be contaminated with the virus. You should therefore avoid touching your eyes, nose, or mouth, since contaminated hands can transfer the virus from the surface to yourself. When coughing or sneezing, cover your mouth and nose with the bend of your elbow or use a disposable tissue. If a tissue is used, discard it immediately into a closed bin. The most effective way to prevent the spread of the new coronavirus is to clean your hands frequently with an alcohol-based hand rub or soap and water. This will eliminate the virus if it is on your hands. Stay healthy and prevent the spread of COVID-19.
Asikwemukele mbukeli ehlelweni ihome study kanti lo sembi kwakho nguye nokwazi Dlamini kulesikhathi samanje sitawufunza sona Siswati selibanga lemfica kanti sawuvele sawukhona thishela waso Siswati Sanelisiwe Mavimbela. Sanelisiwe unjani namuhla?
Ngiyaphila kakhulu nokwazi, ngiyabonga ukungamukela.
Siyabonga nathi ukuthi ube khona kanye nathi. Namhla sitawufunza ngesivisiso. Ngathi noma ngicorrecting noma ngirong.
Usho kona sibili.
Okay. Engabe ubheke ukuthi umfundzi wakho abe afunze ini ekupheleni kwalesifundo?
Okay, ngingakangeni nokwazi emigomeni yaso sifundo. Ngifuna ukucela ngikugcizelela bumcoka besifundvo. Lokho kumcoka kanje ukuthi sifunze sivisiso. Mfundzi kumcoka kakhulu ukuthi ufunze sivisiso ngoba kuyasita kukulolonga likhono lwakho mfundzi lokufunza umbhalo weSwati. Nolokuthi ujwayele nje kunambitha phela Siswati lokulwimi lwakho lolithandzana kangaka. Kuphindze kuthuthukise nelikhono lakho lokuhlunga embhalweni emaphuzu lamcokwa lafunekako ekuphenduleni imibuto.
Okay, ngiyethemba ukuthi umfundzi walo libanga lemfica so vele so ready for a lesson yakhe. Kanti nginembuto munye nje umbuto lengajabula ukuthi ungiphendulele wona mfundzi. Sisho ukuthini lesisho lesithi kubamba lentfulo? Sisho ukuthini lesisho lesithi kubamba lentfulo? Sanelisiwe ngicabanga ungaqala nesifundo sakho.
Njengoba sesishito ke mfundzi sitofunza sona sivisiso asesicale sibuke imigomo yaso sifundvo mfundzi kude sitawuhambisana kanye kanye sisafunza sona sifundo. Ekupheleni kwesifundvo ke mfundzi ngibhekile noma ubhekekile wena mfundzi ukuthi ukhone kufunza ukhone mfundzi kufunza ucondzisise lokho lokufundzile uphindze ukhone mfundzi kuphendvula kahle imibuto leyehlukene ngalofunze ngako esivisisweni uphindze ukhone mfundzi kuchaza emagama netinongo tenkhulumo ngendlela letisebente ngayo embhalweni. Lokunye ke mfundzi lesikubhekile kuwe usachubeka naso sifundvo kufuna ukhone kuveta wakakho umuvo ngalokufundzile esivisisweni ukhone futhi mfundzi kukhetha emaphuzu lefanele sifinyeto losibhalako. Lokhu ke mfundzi sesiwavile sesivile imigomo yaso sifundvo ngiyethemba mfundzi ukuthi nawe ingqondo yakho seyilungele ukuthi sishishimbe naso sifundvo sichubeke sifunze ngaso sivisiso kulungela ke mfundzi kusho ukuthini so uphethe phela ipen yakho nelibhuku lakho lotalisebenzisa kubhalabhala lawo maphuzu namcoka latawasho ngedemu kuwo namuhla sonzeta mfundzi nencwadi yakho umthombo 2 utayisebenzisa naso esicedzile lokhu lesikufunza konamuhla ubuke letivisiso letilapha ekhathi kuze kude wetame kuphendvula leyo mbuto lekhona utihlole ukuthi ukhonile yini kusilandzela sifundvo namuhla mfundzi ngishito ukuthi sifunza sona sivisiso lesivisiso lesifundza namuhla ke mfundzi sitholakala ukuthi icephu A weliphepha lesibili liphepha phela lesilibita phecelezi sithi nguphepha 2 weSwati kule liphepha leli ke mfundzi kunaletimbili divisiso sivisiso 1 nesivisiso 2 lapho kuhlolwa khona likhono lekuphendvula imibuto leyahlukahlukene kufinyeta kanye nekubhala lokucondzisiwe asingene ke mfundzi sichubeke singene esifundweni sethu yini ngifuna lokuthi siqale ngalokukhumbutana ukuthi kwacha vele lesivisiso vele siyini mbambamba sivisiso mfundzi yingoni yesifundvo selulwimi lapho unikwa khona umbhalo kuthi ufunze bese uphendvula imibuto leyahlukahlukene lehlola ukuthi ukuvisisile yini lokufunzile ngiyafuna mfundzi ulinake leligama ukuthi asisho ukuthi kuhlolwa ukuthi ukuvile yini kodwa la nginte ngiyakipilitela mfundzi ukuthi sihlola ukuthi ukuvisisile yini lokufunzile leligama lokuvisisa lihlukile ekuveni lokusho ukuthi la sekunekwenda lokongedekile mfundzi lokuhlolwako kufuna uve uphinze uve asichubeke naso ke mfundzi sifundwe sibone ukuthi yini kahle imibhalo lesingayithola esivisisweni kungaba inzatshana kungaba incwadi kungaba inkhulumiswano kungaba ngumbiko kungaba inkondlo nalokunye lokunende ngikhani nje mfundzi nangabe emva kokuthi ufunze loyo mbhalo mfundzi utawuse ubuta imibuto lehlolako ukuthi ukuvile lokufunzile lapho kusho ukuthi ke leso sivisiso sakho kunetimba letimcoka ke mfundzi yobuvile ukuthi ngithite sifuna lokho ukuthi ungeva nje kuphela uvisise kunalokumcoka lokufuna ukwende usengasivisiso kumcoka mfundzi angathi ukuthi ngingakugcizelela kangakanani kuwe ukuthi ufunze umbhalo lonikwe wona uve wendlule mfundzi uvisise kude utawukhona kuphendvula imibuto ngawo mfundzi utawube utidoje sibili na ungacabanga ukuthi ungayiphendvula imibuto yezivisiso ungakafunzi mina mfundzi ngingachushisa nje mahala ngithi kuwe ufunze kabili umbhalo lonikwe wona ungakaphendvuli imibuto lokho kutakusida mfundzi lomunye ngiyacabanga ukuthi uyatibuta ukuthi sengifunza kabili yini lele ngitabe ngiyenda asesibuke ke mfundzi ukuthi utabe wendani kumcoka mfundzi ukuthi ukwadi kwekuthi lapha asifunzeli nje bumnanzi kuphela kodwa sifunzela lo mbhalo siufunzela ukuthi sibhekeke ukuthi siphendvule imibuto tsite lesitawubuta yona mayelana nalembhalo lokusho ukuthi nalombuto nawo mfundzi kumcoka ukuthi siufunze siucondzisise umbuto wesivisiso ungajaki nje kuphendvula umbuto ungawuhloli uhlatiye lo mbuto unake ukuthi luhlobo luni lwembuto lona lengbuto wona udvebele mfundzi emagama lamcokwa yebo mfundzi umbuto uba nemagama lamcoka lokungona lakuthumako lakulayelako ukuthi yini lekufanele uyende tinike sikhatsi mfundzi unake umbuto lobuto wona asesibuyele emuva kancane ke mfundzi sesicale nje kulokuthi lesivisiso ngisifunza kanjani vele kude ngitokuva ngivisise ngicaciseleke ukuthi lapha sengilungele kuphendvula imibuto lebutiwe mayelana nalombhalo lenginike wona kwaqala nje mfundzi qala ngikuhlatiya sihloko Mfundzi sinake sihloko sesivisiso lonikwe sona. Sihloko sitakunika luhala lokuthi ingani lendzaba loyifundzako. Nengcondvo yakho nje mfundzi itawulungiseleleka kwekuthi uthole imininingwane mayelana naloko lokufundzile ngoba phela solitfolile luhala. Mfundzi maso sifundzile ke sihloko wasinaka phela ukuthi singani ingcondvo yakho lapho seyilungele mfundzi. Sale ke ufundza sivisiso sonke utfole ukuthi indzaba ingani. Mfundzi nalapha ngifuna ukugcizelela uyekele umkhuba wekudlobhadlobha uhambe uye ufundza indzima yinye uhambe uye embutweni. Lokho mfundzi kukwenta ukuthi uthi khanze unikete imphendvulo letingasito letikahle. Lokufundza kwakho kwekucala mfundzi fundza sonke lesivisiso uthole lokuthi lendzaba ingani uyithole kahle imininingwane mayelana nalendzaba. Bese uyabuyela mfundzi esivisisweni sakho uyakhumbula phela ukuthi ngithite mina ufundza kabili. Kulokufundza kwakho kabili so wendane. Uyahamba uyohlola imibuto. Uyayifundza imibuto yakho. Ngoba phela sithite nayo imibuto imcokwa. Bese mfundzi soyifundzile lemibuto ngithite uyadwebela unake ukuthi lemibuto ifunani kuwe. Bese soyabuyela so uyati phela imibuto yakho so sifundza kwesibili sivisiso sakho ube udwebela emaphuzu lamcoka lo wabonako ukuthi akunika imininingwane mfundzi lehambisana netimphendvulo letidzingekako kulembuto lobutwe yona. Ngiyathemba mfuthu ukuthi sisahambisana kanye. Asesiyibukisise ke indzaba yembuto. Lo mbuto sithi umcokwa mfundzi. Dwebela phela. Lana sithi awufundzeli kunanzi mfundzi. Kufuna kubonakale ukuthi umfundzi uyasebenta, uyahlatiya, utinika isikhathi ukuthi athole imphendvulo lengiyo. Lapha esivisisweni mfundzi asitemeleti. Mlapha esivisisweni mfundzi sifuna timphendvulo leticonze ngco kuloko lobutwe kona. Ngiko ngigcizelela kangaka ukuthi fundza hlatiya imbuto ungajaki nje kuphendvula ungakakunaki. Dwebela ke mfundzi emagama bese uyanaka emagama ekubuta lavelako embutweni kuthi asho kuthini ngoba ngiwo latakulayela ukuthi nguyiphi imphendvulo lefunekako kuloko lobutwe kona. Lamagama phela embuto mfundzi akukhona la kuthuma kona. Ngina natibono letami temagama labutako mfundzi. Ngifuna ukukhombisa ukuthi ungakwenda kanjani lokho ukuthi uthatha isikhathi lesetibuta ukuthi leli gama lelibutako lisho ukuthini. Uyabona nje mfundzi nangabe ukhanza umbuto lona ligama lelithi ngubani. Leli gama leli njengana umbuto wami uthi ngubani lo wamukele emshiyeni kulomcimbi. Leli gama lelithi ngubani limcokwa mfundzi lidwebele. Leli gama seliyakutshela ukuthi kufuneka ligama lemuntu. Wena sowubuyele esivisisweni uyofuna ligama lemuntu lo wamukele emshiyeni kulomcimbi. Kuyakusita lokho ukuthi uthole imphendvulo leconze ngco. Lomunye umbuto ungaba nani gama lelithi yini. Leli gama lelithi yini mfundzi uyalibona nje ukuthi liyahlunga. Lana sibutiwe nje ukuthi wani yini lejabhise mshiyeni asabuka lokwendeka kulomcimbi. Lana kusho ukuthi kufuna uhlunge ukhethe lokho lokwendekile lokujabhisa emshiyeni kulomcimbi. Kufuneka ligama lendvo mfundzi soyabona nawe. Asichubeka sesibuke letinye tibonelo. Uyabona nje nangabe umbuto uneligama lelithi ukuphi. Lokho sekuvele kuyakutshela mfundzi noma uyaphi, ukuphi, uyaphi, ubuyaphi. Kusekuvele kuyakutshela mfundzi ukuthi lapha kufuneka ligama lendzawo noma umcimbi thide. Njengalo mbuto wami lona uthini ukuphi mshiyeni nakabona sikhathi ukuthi sesimshiyile. Ubuyela kulesivisiso vele uyofuna ligama lani lendzawo. Lelinye igama lekugcina lenginalo lasibonelweni sami unalelithi nini. Ngibona leli gama leli mfundzi uyabona ukuthi liyakutshela ukuthi kuwe kufuneka sikhathi. Lana kufuna isikhathi sani kuthi makoti ufike nini kulomshado. So ubuyele esivisisweni sakho mfundzi uyokhetha lokho lobutwe kona uthola imphendvulo leconze ngco kuloko lobutwe kona. Asichubeke mfundzi sihambe naso sifundo. Imibuto ke mfundzi iyashiyana kuloko lefuna ukwente futhi nekuthi lolo kwendako ukwenda kanganani. ngiyacabanga ukuthi khona lo dibutako uthi ngito wathi ngani mina ukuthi kufuneka ngiphendule kangakanani njengoba athi medeme kuyashiyana. Buka phela mfundzi unake ukuthi emamaki emaphuzu labekiwe lapha egcineni akafanani. Utawukhanza umbuto lo nelimaki linye lonemamaki lamabili emamaki lamathathu mfundzi. Lokusho ukuthi kufuna unake mfundzi ukuthi emamaki lo labekiwe kulombuto afuna umfutho longakanani kuwe. Ungabhali kuba umlomo kanti phela kunelimaki linye. Ungabhali kancane kanti phela kunemamaki lamathathu. Ngiyethemba sisahambisana mfundzi. Netinhlobo ke temibuto mfundzi tiyashiyashiyana. Nginana siceshana sami la lengifuna sisifunze mfundzi kanye lesita sesibuka tinhlobo tembuto letikhona esivisisweni. Sitawusebenzisa nasiceshana sami ngawubuya ke mfundzi sifunze phela kanye ungangifundzisi ngedwa. Asifunze ke mfundzi. Abesafome amandi athende mshiyeni afusafokota kulawo mahlathi aselunzi apho phela khona emcimbini wahlengiwe eBhunya abasenanzaba nemanyeva netithwetha letimhabako akasacabangi nekuthi angahla nyunzeleke leembili sekafika egcwele tanama temahlathi abeyohamba ahala kashela kwatise yinze indlela lo muthi bi luvalo nakukhala sahukulu shengathi simtshela ukuthi akajike wathi kuma kusikhashana wadla emathambo engqondo vele bayakuthatha amahlengi namuhla washo ngaleli vevete lakho eva tinyembeti ticalwa emehlo. Ngiyethemba mfundzi usivile lesiceshana sami indzaba yamshiyeni. Ngase sibuke ke mfundzi imbuto longayithola ngisisusela kusona lesiceshana lesi. Ukhona mfundzi inhlobo yembuto longayithola lengumbuto lodzinga imphendvulo leligama linye nje vo. Lolu hlobo lolu kwemfundzi luvamise ukufuna imphendvulo lesebaleni lotayithatha injengoba injalo esivisisweni. Uyahamba nje uyezivisisweni uyokucukula leyo mphendvulo yona yodwa asithemelele. Asesibuke nasisibonelo ukuphi umcimbi laya kuwo mshiyeni ukuphi uyasitshela kufuneka ini ligama lendzawo. Masingabuyele emuva mfundzi sibonile lapha esivisisweni ukuthi umcimbi wahlengi ukuphi useBhunya. Lokusho ukuthini ke mfundzi utawuphendula nje uthini unike ligama linye vo uthini useBhunya. Ngiyethemba uyalibona lo hlobo lolu mfundzi ukuthi lunjani. Ngicabanga ukuthi nelimaki lana kumbe lingaba linye nje kuphela. Lomunye umbuto ngumbuto lodzinga imphendvulo lengumusho. Nalapha mfundzi emamaki asatawungeteka phela ngoba sekwanzile lokufuneka kuwe sekungetekile mfundzi. Sibonelo yini lesikhomba ukuthi mshiyeni abesahambe indlela lenze. Lana shothi kufuna uhlunge indvo mfundzi ngiyacabanga uyalikhumbula litafula lethu lesisuka kulo. Indvo lesikhomba ukuthi mshiyeni abesahambe indlela lenze endzabeni. Siyabuye masingabuyela emuva endzabeni yethu. Lapha singabona ukuthi imphendvulo ithi lokho sikhomba ukuthi mshiyeni abesahambe indlela lenze kuthi kuthiwa abesafome amandi athende. Masibuyela emuva endzabeni yethu mfundzi ngicabanga ukuthi uyakubona la ekucaleni nje kuthini abesafome amandi athe nde mshiyeni. Yiloko lokusikhombako ukuthi mshiyeni abesahamba indlela lenze. Angeke nje ufome uhambe esigaba lesincane. Shothi bese ihambile lendvodza hayi kudlala. Lolunye ke ihlobo lembuto mfundzi asichubeke ngumbuto lodzinga liphuzu lelisekelwe. Kusho ukuthini ke kusekela shothi uyanika ukuthi imphendvulo yami nayi lobu ngikusho ngenxa yanako. Kulolu hlobo ke lolu lemfundzi lwembuto sawuyahlatiya. Sekungetekile lo kufuneka kuwo lokusho ukuthi nemamaki nawo asatawuthi cha. Sawuyahlatiya mfundzi ufaka lokufunze esivisisweni kude ukhone kusekela imphendvulo yakho. Sakunyendana lokubukako mfundzi uhlanganise imicondvo ungakaphendvuli. Asesibuka sibonelo mfundzi. Ngeliphuzu linye lelisekelwe chaza ukuthi mshiyeni uphatheke kanjani ngemcimbi wahlengiwe la yakuwo. Lapha ke mfundisi shothi sibheke ini usinika liphuzu bese uyakusho bese uyasho ukuthi lokho lokushoko ukusho ngani. Sifuna liphuzu linye. Nakule ngubhale ngalokubovana mshiyeni ngilo liphuzu lami. Leli chaza ukuthi mshiyeni uphathe kanjani. Lithini ke leliphuzu lami? Mshiyeni uva buhlungu. Sengiyanika ke isizathu sami ngiko lokho kusekela kwami mfundisi ngithini. Ngisho ngoba livi lakhe liyachachadela nakakhuluma ngekuthathwa kwahlengiwe. Angeke mfundisi livi lamshiyeni limane lichacetele abajabulile. Kuyasikhomba ukuthi le ndvodza ayikajabuli nani iphatheke kabi mfundisi ngekuthathwa kwahlengiwe. Ngiyethemba uyabona mfundisi ukuthi sisekela kanjani. Unika liphuzu bese uyasho ukuthi leliphuzu usho ngani. Kunalomunye ke umbuto mfundisi lihlobo lombuto mfundisi umbuto lohambisana nelolwimi. Umbuto lohambisana nelolwimi mfundisi. Lapha kungaba ukuthi uchaza ligama linye. Kungaba ukuthi uchaza sisho noma saga. Kungaba ukuthi unika bomcondo ofanana noma bomcondo ophikisa. Imphendvulo lekahle ke lapha mfundisi imphendvulo nguleta uchaza lamagama ngenchazelo leyeyeme kulokwendeka endzabeni. Awubese mfundisi ngifuna ukugcizelela lokuthi awubese mfundisi so uyaphuma endzabeni ngekuthi wena wathi ukuthi ligama uyaladi. So liyalichaza legama akusabonakali wena ukuthi legama ulithethe lapha endzabeni. Le ndlela lo tawuphendvula ngayo ayihambisane ikhombise ukuthi solo siphendvula umbuto wezivisiso uphendvula umuntu lofunze umbhalo thite lonika timphendvulo letihambisana nalowo mbhalo. Asesibuke ke lamagama. Asesibuke lemibuto. Bhala mcondo ofanana weligama lelithi anyunzeleke. Shothi sifuna ligama lenine emcondo lofanana nanali ligama lelithini anyunzeleke. Lomunye umbuto uthini? Bhala mcondo ophikisa waleli gama ahalakashele. Asesibuke timphendvulo komfundisi. Mcondo ofanana weligama lelithi anyunzeleke. Ngiliphi ligama lenemcondo mfundisi? Ngiyethemba nawe imphendvulo yakho ifana nale yami. Mina ngiphendvule ngathi ahlazeke. Kunyunzeleka phela kuhlazeka mfundisi. Noma onakalelwe. Naka mfundisi ukuthi angabese ngithi kuhlazeka. Ngoba leli gama lithite anyunzeleke. Kuphendvula kwami kuhambisana nalendlela lengibutwe ngayo. Ngiko ngithini ahlazeke noma onakalelwe. Mcondo ophikisa ke usho ukuthi ligama leselisho lokuphambene ngco. Lokuphambene ngco naloku lokusho lokuchazwa ngileli gama. Ahalakashele. Mawahalakashele mfundisi ngoba phela kuhalakashela kuhamba kakhulu uhamba ujakile. Kungaba ukuthi uyanyonyoba. Ngiko ngithite anyonyoba noma acotfoda. Lokusho ukuthi uhamba kancane masacotfoda so uhamba ngathi uyatigcaba uyanyathela ukhethe amabala mfundisi. Asesichubeke ke mfundisi sibuke leminye imbuto lehambisana nalo lulwimi. Asesibuke nangombuto na. Chaza naku lokulandzelako njengoba kusebentile esivisisweni. Kuhambisane nalendlela lokusebente ngayo mfundisi esivisisweni. Kufokota. Kudla emathambo engcondo. Lapha sichaza ligama kufokota. Ngicabanga ukuthi uyabona mfundisi ukuthi kudla emathambo engcondo yini leyo sisho lesi. Asesibuke imphendvulo ke mfundisi. Singakade ibuke imphendvulo mfundisi ngicela ukugcizelela ukuthi qaphela ukuthi awuniki inchazelo lesathi ngakuchazwa nayo noma esikhundleni sokuthi uchaze lesisho noma saga bese wena unika lesinye. Cha mfundisi uyayichacha lento usinike imphendvulo lecatululako imphendvulo lekhombako wena ukuthi ukuvile lokufunzile mfundisi ungasiniki nje sigadla. Asasibuke ke inchazelo ligama lelithi kufokota. Ungaphendvula uthini wena? Mina ngingathi kusho kuhamba endzaweni leyenile lapho kude khona indlela kunemena lokusho ukuthi kwenile kulamahlathi lahamba kuwo mshiyene. Uyangibona ukuthi ngiyakhombisa mfundzi ukuthi solo ngiphendula ngihambisana nalendzaba. Angilichazi nje leligama lokufokota ngilichaze nje ngendlela yami. Ngihambisana nalendzaba. Asasibukeke lesisho noma saga lesisho lesithi kudla emathambo engqondo kuthi sona singasichaza sisithini. Kusho kuthatha litfuba ucabangisisa ngalokuthide. Naka mfundzi ukuthi nakudla emathambo engqondo awucabangi kancane, uyacabangisisa, uyajula emicabangweni mfundzi. Asesichubeke ke sibuke lolunye luhlobo lwembuto mfundzi. Kunembuto mfundzi lofuna umbono noma umuvo wakho mfundzi. Le mibuto lena ke mfundzi ivame kuba nemamaki nawo lasasinza ngesindvo ngoba sakufuna imphendvulo yakho. Ifuna wena cobo lwakho ngoba phela sesifuna umuvo. Yabona? Umuvo futhi ujika mfundzi usekele ngalokutfole kuphi endzabeni. Sekufuneka wena mfundzi uhlatiye ucubungule ngetimo. Ucubungula mfundzi kusho ukuthi uyacabanga kabanti ngaletimo, utibukisise letimo, unake netento tebadlali netehlakalo lokukhulunywa ngato ensivisisweni. Bese ngishito ukuthi emamaki nawo asatawukhula ngoba uyabona nje mfundzi ukuthi sekudzingeke lokukhulu kuwe. Asesibuke ke sibonelo sombuto lonje. Sibonelo sombuto lofuna umuvo noma umbono wakho. Naka nje la ukuthi emamaki somathathu. Asesibuka umbuto wekuqala. Ngekubuka kwakho buyini budlelwane bamshiyeni nahlengiwe. Lapho ke mfundzi sowunika umuvo wakho. Ungasho ukuthi ngicabanga ukuthi bomshiyeni nahlengiwe bebadingani ngesikhathi sithide. Ngisho ngoba ngibona ukuthi mshiyeni uva buhlungu ngekuthathwa kwahlengiwe. Uyabona ukuthi ngisekele mfundzi, angikaveli ngafaka umuvo wami ngase ngishiya kanjalo. Wesibili umbuto uthini? Kube bengumshiyeni. Mawungaya yini kulomcimbi wahlengiwe? Asesinake ke nalapha mfundzi ukuthi sekufuna wena utifake mfundzi eticathulweni tamshiyeni, uphendvule unake isimilo samshiyeni, unake nesimo lakiso mshiyeni. So uyasho ke mfundzi ukuthi mina ngingumshiyeni bengingeke ngiye ngoba angifuni kubona imvo letangivela buhlungu noma angitethembi ukuthi bengitawufike ngenteni lembili nangifika. Mfundzi asesigijime sibuke nje ngekusheshsha indzaba yesifinyeto ngoba sishito ukuthi sivisiso 2 kunesifinyeto. Yini ke sifinyeto? Sifinyeto mfundzi kunciphisa involenze uyende ibe yimfisha ngaphandle kokulahla umcondvo wayo. Lapha likhona lesilifunako mfundzi lekuhlunga kulokunengi emaphuzu lamgcokwa lahambisana nalobuto kona. Bese uyawahlanganisa lawo maphuzu abe yinzima yinye. Ngiyagcizelela mfundzi sifinyeto siba yinzima yinye vo. Hayi bese weqa emalayini sowenda tinzima letinene. Kubalulekile ke mfundzi mawenda sifinyeto ukuthi usifundzisise nakhona sivisiso. Uve unembuto kude utokhona mfundzi kuhlunga emaphuzu kahle. Sitawujula kuso sifinyeto mfundzi esikhatsini lesitako. Nyalo nje lengifuna usale nako mfundzi ukuthi esifinyeteni sifaka emaphuzu lamcoka kuphela. Asitifaki mfundzi tinchazelo letingadzingeki netibonelo. Sisebenzisa emagama ekushambakanya lapho sikhona khona kude singaleci linani lemagama lelifunekako. Futhi mfundzi lokunye lengifuna ukugcizelela ukuthi kufuna ubhale ngewakho emagama mfundzi utokhomba ukuthi ukuvile lokufundzile. Khumbula phela mfundzi ukuthi sithite lapha sihlola ukuthi ukuvisisile yini lo lokufundzile. Naso wena utawuthatha nje maphuzu njengoba anjalo uwabisele lapha esifinyetweni awukhombi mfundzi kuvisisa. Angeke uthole emamaki la kahle. thatha phela njengembandle Eswati uthathe sale uthatha lamaphuzu ungalahli umcondvo kodwa sale uwabhala ngendlela yakho ukhombe ukuthi wena uyalwati lolimi lwakho lesiswati mfundzi sengiphetha nje naku lengifuna kusho kuwe kulokutako mfundzi sitawuchubeka nesifundvo sethu ngekubhala sifinyeto site sibuke nesibonelo saso ngoba uyanakanyala ukuthi angikajuli kangako esifinyetweni mfundzi ungahlupheki sitawuphinza sibuye sisende sifinyeto namuhla ke mfundzi ngifuna ukukhumbule ukuthi sifunze kabanti ngekuphendvula imibuto yesivisiso sabuka tinhlobo letehlukene temibuto yaso sivisiso saphinze sabuka nendlela yekufinyeta ngiyabonga mfundzi ngiyethemba sifundo sethu sanamuhla usijabulele ngiyacela mfundzi kugcizelela ukuthi nyalo emva mawuthola nje isikhashane vula phela umthombo wesibili mfundzi tinengi tivisiso lototikhanza lapha ekhathi ubese uyaphendvula ufunze isivisiso sakho ngalendlela lesengikuchushise ngayo bese uyaphendvula mfundzi imibuto lekhona lapho utihlole ukuthi sifundvo ngabe usivile yini ngiyabonga
Asibonge kakhulu sanelisiwe sifundvo sakho siyethemba ukuthi sitawuphinza sikubone futhi etifundweni letlandzelako teSwati
Anita ngibona sibili
Mbukeli ke ngibutile ekucaleni kwesifundvo nasi sisho ngidakhumbuta sisho kuthini lesisho lesithi kubamba lendvulo awukafisi kuphendvula loyo mbuto loyo sanelisiwe
Asengingaphendvula
Okay ngicela ungiphendulele wona
Kubamba lendvulo mfundzi kuthi kusho ukuthi ubambe naku umuntu makafika kuwe asashinje umcondo uthi wena kuye angisakufuni lokuloda nako nyalo mina ngibambe naku lokushito ekucaleni musa kumjikela umtshele lokusha mina ngibambe naku ngithethe naku lokushito ekucaleni sisusela enganekwaneni
Okay.
Yebo.
Okay. Siyabonga kakhulu sanelisiwe. Sifiso Khumalo, Thusi noSizo, Mabuza Zabo baphole kahle umbuto bawuphendvule kahle actually umbuto. Siyabonga kakhulu sanelisiwe. Ulolandzelako ke ngulerato kanye naso sifundvo sesibili selibanga lemfica mbukeli ungayinzawo siyabuya khona manje.
Bekunene live laseSwatini liyatimbandzakanya nemkhankaso welitiko letemphilo namhlabuhlangene iWorld Health Organization wekugcina tandla tihlantekile ngaso sonke isikhathi kuvikela kulomkhuhlane lokhona weCoronavirus. Tiningi ke tindlela longatisebentisa kutivikela kuleli gciwane leCoronavirus. Yinye yato lencomekako ukuthi uyisebentise ngaso sonke isikhathi kugeza tandla ngemanti lahlobile lahambako uphindze usebentise insipho ngaso sonke isikhathi. Uthathe isikhathi lesinganga 20 seconds kuya ku 40 seconds solo utigezisisa letandla noma ke usebentise isanitizer nangabe emanti angekho dutane nawo. Litiko letemphilo likanye namhlabuhlangene liluleka kakhulu sive ukuthi silandzele nati tinyathelo kuze kuthi tandla tihlale tigcinekile tihlobile ngaso sonke isikhathi. Kumele umandise tandla takho ngemanti lahambako ushikishe insipho etandleni takho. Yenda siciniseko sekuthi ushikisha totimbili tandla ngalokwanele. Sandla sekudla sishikishe ngetulu kwesandla sesencele. Naso sesencele sishikishe sandla sesekudla. Utisebentise totimbili tandla kuze kuthi ugezeke kahle ngalokuphelele. ushikishe insipho emkhathini weminwe yakho netandla totimbili. Uqhubeke ushikishe ngemuva kweminwe yakho kuto totimbili tandla. Qhubeka ushikishe tithupha totimbili shengathi uyatishwila. Usebenzise iminwe yakho lesonzelene. Shikisha sandla emkhathini. Kubomake noma ke labo labanetingalo letinze kufanele bashikishe letingalo kuze kuthi emagciwane langabe ahleti khona nawo akhone kugezeka kahle ngalokuphelele. Utiyakade tandla ngemanti lahambako, tesule tome tandla ngethishu noma ke ngendvangu lehlobile. Uphindze usebenzise ithishu noma indvangu kuvala impompi. Yenda siqiniseko sekulahla ithishu enzaweni lapho ingeke kube lula khona ukuthi umuntu ayithinze. Nawe ungahlala unetandla letihlobile njalo njalo. Nginxusa onke eMaswati ukuthi asukumele etulu. Sihlanganyele kulomkhankaso wekugcina tandla tihlantekile kuze kuthi sitawuvikela lesifo singasingeni kalula sisive. Siphindze sikhutsate bekunene ukuthi nebantwana labancane basitakale basitwe ngilabadzala ukuthi bagezisise tandla tabo tihlale tihlobile. Lokho kube ngumsebenzi wabo labadzala ukuhlala bahlobise abantwana babagezisise tandla kuze kuthi kungabi lula ukuthi bantwana bangenwe ngulomkhuhlane we-coronavirus. Kuhloba kwami yimpilo yami. Siyabonga.
Kumelula ukuthi ligciwane le-corona lisuke kulomunye lingene kulomunye uma sitawusonzelana. Singasita sinciphise kuanza kwalo ngekuthi sikhweshelane. Lokhu kusho ukuthi singachawulani, singathinzani njengokuhagana nje. Tikhweshise ngesigaba lesiyimitha kusuka kulabanye. Kumcoka kakhulu kuhlala uhlobile nekuthi hlobisa uma uke waphumela kubantu. Ngekubambisana sitakumisa kwanza kwaleli gciwane sibe ngulabaphilile. Eswatini sibambisene kulwa nekwanza kweligciwane le-corona.
Wash hands now. Wash hands now. Wash hands now. Wash hands now. Hand washing is one of the best ways to keep from getting sick and staying healthy all the year long.
Good afternoon and a very warm welcome to your favorite tele-education program, Home Study. My name is Lirato Mabilisa. Joining me in studio is the Form 3 teacher, JC Science, Lindiwe Faguti. A very good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Lirato.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
How was your Ascension Day holiday yesterday?
I was so relaxed at home.
Okay.
It was fantastic.
Okay, so I'm aware that today's topic is non-metals. What would you like the viewer at home to have learned by the end of the lesson?
Okay, Lirato. Learners at home, they should understand that we have non-metals which are very much essential in our everyday life, such as oxygen, which is used in respiration, nitrogen, phosphorus, used in fertilizers, iodine, which is used in medicine.
Okay, without further ado, ma'am, please take the learner through.
Thank you, Lerato. Dear learner at home, I want us now to look at our objectives today. Today we shall be looking at the properties of metals, non-metals, which means that by the end of the lesson, learners should be able to describe the properties of non-metals. You should be able to describe the properties of non-metals, describe the approximate composition of air, describe the preparation and collection of hydrogen, properties, tests as well as uses of hydrogen. Learners should also be able to describe the preparation and collection of oxygen, the properties of oxygen test, as well as the uses of oxygen. It is important, dear learner at home, to know the properties of these nonmetals, as our topic suggests that we're talking about nonmetals today. Nonmetals, dear learner, they are not strong, not malleable, ductile, nor sonorous. So it means that they break up when hammered. In short, it means that they are brittle. Nonmetals are brittle. Nonmetals, they have lower melting point and boiling point than metals. They are poor conductors of electricity. They are poor conductors of heat, and they have low densities. So now, dear learner at home, I want us to look at air, which is always surrounding us. So when we're talking of air, we're talking about a layer surrounding us, which is known as the atmosphere. Our earth, that is where we live in, it is surrounded by a layer of air, which is known as the atmosphere. You know, dear learner, that we cannot see nor smell air, even though it is all around us. What exactly is this air, dear learner? Air is not just an element, it is a mixture of gases. Air is a mixture of gases. Now, what is this air, dear learner, made up of? So that takes us to our next slide, where we are going to be talking about the composition of air. Air is made up of oxygen. So here we are given the percentages of the gases which are found in air. So we have oxygen, 21% of oxygen. We have carbon dioxide, 0.03% of carbon dioxide, nitrogen, 78% of nitrogen, and we also have noble gases together with water vapor, which make up 0.97%. Sometimes, dear learner, you may be asked to represent the composition of air in what is known as a pie chart. We know the percentages of the gases, as you've seen our previous slide. So now, when we are supposed to express this composition in a form of a pie chart, you need to be able to calculate the angle of each gas. For an example, you are asked to calculate the angle of nitrogen, which is a gas, one of the gases that are found in air. You need to know the percentage composition over the total percentage. Total percentage, it is 100, and then you multiply by 360 degrees. For an example, nitrogen, we know the percentage of nitrogen, it is 78%. So if you want to calculate the angle of nitrogen, being 78%, we're going to say the angle of nitrogen equals to 78, which is the percentage, 78 divided by 100, that is the total percentage, and then we multiply by 360 degrees. In there, you are going to get 280.8 degrees. That is the angle for nitrogen. You can also calculate the angle for oxygen, the angle for carbon dioxide, as well as the angle for noble gases in water vapor, using the method that I've described. So the pie chart that you can see, dear learner, in front of you, it is showing the percentage composition of the gases that are found in air. Nitrogen, as you can see, it occupies the most of the space inside the circle. And then we have oxygen, and then the green one, which is this one, the green one, it is the noble gases together with the water vapor. And then the black one, which is very small, that is showing carbon dioxide. So that is how we can represent the composition of gases using a pie chart, dear learner at home. So we may want to investigate, dear learner, the composition of air. How can we do that? When you want to investigate the composition of air, you need to pour water in a small bowl or plate, and then light a candle, and then quickly invert glass over it. You also need to observe. After doing that, you need to observe as to what is going to happen inside the glass. So now, dear learner, let us look at this video clip, which is going to show us how this air is investigated. Remember, we said you need to pour water on a plate. This is our plate, the white plate. And the water that we are going to have there, it's colored water. It is colored red. And then we have our candle, which is having some lights. The light is on there. So then after that, you need to invert a glass on top of this lighted candle, on top of this lighted candle, and then you observe what is going to happen. What will happen, dear learner at home? You are going to observe that the candle is going to go off, and the level of water inside the glass is going to rise. What does this tell us about our investigation? It tells us that the gas in air, the gas which is oxygen, the one which supports combustion, has been used up. So which means that the remaining gas does not, the remaining gases, they do not support combustion. So look at our video clip, dear learner. As I've mentioned, that you pour water on a plate, the candle light, there is a lights there, and then you invert a glass over that lighted candle, and then observe what is happening. Yes, that's the glass, dear learner. Observe. You see now, dear learner, the light is off, it goes off, but you can see that inside the glass, we now have the liquid, we now have the colored water up to a certain level inside the glass. That is telling us something. That, dear learner, it is telling us that there is a gas which supports combustion that is found in air, and it is a fraction, about 20% of the total percentage of air which supports combustion, and it is showing us that the remaining gases, they do not support combustion. That is our investigation, dear learner. Now, dear learner at home, I want us to move on to another special non-metal, which is hydrogen, which is known as the lightest of all elements. And we know that on it occurs in many compounds. It is found in water, it is found in petroleum and other compounds. But it is important to note, dear learner, that the free element, hydrogen, it is very light. How then, dear learner, do we prepare this hydrogen in the lab? In the lab, dear learner, we can prepare hydrogen by reacting a metal with dilute acid. Remember, dear learner, our previous lesson, we're talking about metals, and we mentioned that when a metal reacts with an acid, there is a formation of a metal salt and hydrogen. So it means that that method can be used to prepare hydrogen. For an example, if you are taking the metal zinc, you react it with the acid hydrochloric acid. So what will be formed? It is going to be zinc chloride, which is our metal salt, together with hydrogen. So now we have our demonstration of the preparation of hydrogen, dear learner. So look at the diagram. Look at the diagram, dear learner. See how the apparatus is assembled. Observe, dear learner, you see in our gas jar, we are having bubbles. The bubbles are showing that there is a gas evolved. That gas evolved, it is hydrogen. And then on the left side, we have our Tesla funnel together with our reacting flask, where we have our reactants, that is the metal together with the acid. So as you can see now, the water is going down, so which means that the water is being displaced. So that is how we collect the hydrogen. The water is being displaced, meaning that the hydrogen is taking up the place of water, dear learner. All right, now the collection of hydrogen. You have observed, dear learner, in our demonstration, our video clip, when hydrogen was being collected in that gas jar. We saw water going down, and we saw hydrogen taking up the space which was initially occupied by the water. That is what we call displacement. So when we collect hydrogen using the downward displacement of water. Reason being that hydrogen is less dense than water. Hence, it comes out at the surface of the water. That is how hydrogen is collected. Then after collecting the hydrogen, dear learner at home, you may need to find out as to whether the gas collected is hydrogen or not. How can you do that? You need to test for hydrogen. How do you test for hydrogen? You are expected to use a lighted splint. So you take that lighted splint, you place it in a gas jar or test tube containing the gas to be tested. If the gas is hydrogen, a pop sound is produced. So now let us watch this short video clip, see what happens. We're having a gas inside our container. Yes, dear learner, a pop sound is produced. A pop sound is produced. So it means that hydrogen, it burns with a pop sound. That is a test for hydrogen. Remember, dear learner, the pop sound is produced if the gas is hydrogen. We see the lighted splint. It's a lighted splint that is being used. You insert it in a gas jar containing the gas which we are investigating to find out whether it is hydrogen or not. So if the gas is hydrogen, a pop sound is produced. Now, dear learner, let us move on to the properties of hydrogen. What are the properties of hydrogen? What are the properties of hydrogen? Hydrogen, dear learner, it is a colorless, odorless gas, which means that it doesn't have color, it doesn't have smell. It is insoluble in water. It is less dense than air. It combines chemically with oxygen to form water. These are the properties of hydrogen. What is this hydrogen used for? The hydrogen, dear learner, it is used as a fuel for rockets, and it is also used in the manufacture of ammonia, as well as being used in filling weather balloons. That is how hydrogen is being used. Now let us move on to another important gas, another essential gas, the gas that we need for us to live, which is the oxygen, dear learner. It is one of the most commonest elements on Earth. It forms 21%, as I've mentioned previously, of the atmosphere. It is very essential, as most living organisms require oxygen for survival, and it is used in respiration, where carbohydrates is oxidized to produce energy. How is this essential gas prepared? How do you prepare this gas in the laboratory? So you need to assemble the apparatus. If you want to prepare this gas, you need to assemble the apparatus as shown in our diagram. This is the diagram I'm talking about, dear learner. As you can see, we are having a potassium permanganate. We are having potassium permanganate in a test tube, and then we are having this paraffin lamp which is supposed to heat this potassium permanganate. So what is going to happen? And thus potassium permanganate, it is going to decompose, and the gas is going to be produced, and it will evolve in the gas jar. So this is how, dear learner, how we assemble. This is the gas jar, dear learner, where the gas is going to be produced. This is the trough, inside of which we have the beehive shell. The trough, TOU. RGS. In this is a test tube. You can even use boiling flask. And the gas is evolved. The gas is evolved in the process when the potassium permanganate decomposes. So this is how the apparatus is assembled. Then, once you've been able to assemble the apparatus, I've described as to how the potassium permanganate decomposes by hitting it with that paraffin lamp that you saw in that diagram. And then the gas is released in that gas jar that I labeled, and you are going to see bubbles being produced to show that a gas is evolved. But first of all, you need to let go of the air bubbles that were initially in the delivery tube before the reaction. Now, having prepared and collected this gas, in the diagram you saw the arrangement of the apparatus. It is collected using what is known as a downward displacement of water. The same way as you saw when we're showing downward displacement in the preparation of hydrogen. And to make sure that the oxygen produced does not escape from the test tube when you take it out of the water, you just push a rubber stopper into the test tube while it is still facing upside down, as you saw while it is still facing upside down, as you saw in our diagram. When you are sure you have sealed in the gas, take out the test tube. Then you put your closed test tube on a test tube rack. So by so doing, you have collected the gas. Now, how do we test for oxygen? When you're testing for oxygen, dear learner, you place a glowing splint. Please note, it is a glowing splint in a gas jar or test tube containing the gas that you are investigating. So what is going to happen? If the gas is oxygen, the glowing splint is going to relight. So we use a glowing splint, dear learner, at home. It's glowing. Please take note of the fact that it is glowing. The splint is glowing. And then you insert it in a gas jar or test tube. So if the gas is oxygen, the glowing splint relights. Look at the video clip, dear learner. There the splint is glowing, as you can see. It is glowing. You put it in there, you see it relights or it bursts into flame. It's glowing now. Take it closer to the jar. See what's going to happen. It relights because the gas inside there is oxygen. That is how, dear learner, we test for oxygen. So what are the properties of oxygen, dear learner? Oxygen, it is colorless, it is odorless. It's a colorless, odorless gas. It is only slightly soluble in water. It is a neutral gas. It causes a glowing splint to burst into flames, as we saw, dear learner, in our clip. The glowing splint relight. And then it also reacts with metals to form oxides. It reacts with metals as well as non-metals to form oxides. So which means that we may have metal oxides as well as non-metal oxides. What is this important gas used for? You know, dear learner, this gas, it is used in hospitals to help patients with breathing difficulties. As you know, dear learner, those days we're having this pandemic, and one of the symptoms it is a difficulty in breathing, where you are having a shortage of oxygen due to the fact that your lungs are somehow infected. So because of that, then you are assisted in the supply of oxygen. So that is one essential use of oxygen. And also this oxygen that we're talking about, it is used by plants and animals for respiration. We all respire, dear learner, as we know, to release energy. Respiration, it is one of the characteristics of living organisms. So we respire to release energy. Large quantities of oxygen are used for producing very hot flames, which we use for welding. And this oxygen is mixed with acetylene gas. So look at these diagrams, dear learner. We're having these uses of oxygen. This is the use of oxygen when we're having acetylene cylinder. So this cylinder, it contains acetylene, that gas, which is mixed up with oxygen. So there is oxygen here and there's acetylene here, and then they are mixed up, and then we're having our torch. This arrangement, this apparatus, it is used for welding metals. And then this baby here, she's having difficulty in breathing, so oxygen is used to assist her to get a sufficient supply of oxygen. Now, dear learner, let us look at the questions. Now that we've discussed hydrogen, we've discussed air, we've discussed oxygen. Describe, dear learner, how hydrogen can be prepared and collected in the school laboratory. How do you test for hydrogen? How do you do that, dear learner? You react a metal with dilute acid to prepare. So that is one preparation of hydrogen. You react a metal with a dilute acid, and then hydrogen is prepared. Second part of the question was saying describe how you collect. So that hydrogen is collected using the downward displacement of water. The second part of the question was asking us to describe as to how you can test for hydrogen. So when you test for hydrogen, you insert a lighted splint. Please note, dear learner, it is a lighted splint in a gas jar containing the gas to be tested, and if the gas is hydrogen, a pop sound is produced. A pop sound is produced. Now, next question, dear learner. Pure hydrogen, oxygen, that is used in industries is obtained from air. Oxygen reacts with acetylene to produce a flame. State one industrial use of the flame. We know that one, dear learner, it is used in welding. We mentioned that it is mixed with acetylene, and then it is used in welding. And then you're supposed to explain why substances burn better in pure oxygen than air. Why substances burn better in pure oxygen than air? Pure, as you can see, the name it suggests, the name says it all. Pure oxygen contains 100 oxygen. We know that oxygen, it is the gas which supports combustion. It is the gas which supports burning. Whereas 21% of the 21% of air is oxygen. So that is why it burns better in pure oxygen than in air. So that takes us to our summary, dear learner. We've talked about the properties of nonmetals. We've said that they are not brittle, they have low melting points, poor conductors of heat and electricity. They are not lustrous, not malleable, and they are not ductile. So in short, they are brittle. We said that air, it is a mixture of gases made up of 78% nitrogen, 21% oxygen, 0.03% carbon dioxide, and 0.9% inert gases and water vapor. We've also discussed hydrogen. We say that hydrogen, it can be prepared and collected by reacting a metal. So the preparation, you react a metal with dilute acid, and when you collect it using the downward displacement of water. And then when you want to test for the hydrogen, you use a lighted splint. A lighted splint is used to test for hydrogen and for a positive test, which means that if the gas is hydrogen, a pop sound is produced. We've also discussed the properties of hydrogen. We say that hydrogen is a colorless, odorless gas. We said it is insoluble in water and it is less dense than air. It is used as a fuel in rockets. The last gas that we looked at, it is oxygen. We said that it can be prepared by heating potassium permanganate. So oxygen is prepared by heating potassium permanganate. And then we need to test for this oxygen. And how do we do that? We use, dear Lena, a glowing splint. Please take note of that. The splint is glowing. Use a glowing splint to test for oxygen. And if the gas is oxygen, the glowing splint relights. So that is why we are saying it relights for a positive test. And then we also looked at the properties of oxygen. We mentioned that oxygen is a colorless, odorless, neutral gas. We've mentioned the uses of oxygen. We said it is used in hospitals and also for welding and cutting metal plates. That is our summary, dear Lena at home.
Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Fagute, for being with us today. That was a very interesting lesson. Thank you for tuning in to Eswatini TV from 3s and grade 7s. Just a reminder about our social media platforms. We are live on YouTube and Facebook from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. And if you've missed any previous episodes, not to worry, we got you guys. Just go on YouTube and you will find any episodes that you've missed. Up next is my colleague Nogwazi Dlamini, who is going to be presenting the next Form 5 subjects. So Form 5s, stay tuned. Let's take a quick informational break.
Lona ngulezinkosi indvuna yetempilo. Lamuhla ngiyachubeka ngosata sive sigeze tandla ngemanti lahlobile nesipho. Noma ngiyiphi isipho lekhona ekhaya. Geze tandla takho. Ngasho isitandla takho utigeza yonke indzawo. Wasule tandla bese uthatha lolo suka ngako uvale inkomo. Uhloba kwami impilo yami. Siyabonga.
Kids, wash your hands so you can come in and have lunch.
Okay, Mom. Tabo, apply some soap. You shouldn't just use water only. But my hands aren't dirty, Nolwazi. Just because your hands don't look dirty doesn't mean they're clean. We need to wash our hands regularly with soap and running water for at least 20 seconds, just like teacher taught us, so that all virus-causing germs and bacteria are washed away.
Tabo, listen to your sister, baby. It's important to always wash your hands with soap and water for at least 20 seconds. Like right now before we eat, after using the toilet, after touching animals, or after changing a nappy. We must also clean our surfaces and toilet seats with disinfectant.
Guys, it's time to wash our hands, wash our hands, wash our hands. Dirt and germs don't stain their germs, germs bye-bye. First the water, then the soap, and you scrub all your palms, scrub your fingers till they're clean, rinse and dry.
Guys, I'm home.
Welcome back, honey.
This is your 1 p.m. news update brought to you by Victor Silombo. In the news today, we'll speak a little bit more about COVID-19, a disease that's infectious and causing problems all over the world. COVID-19 is an infectious disease caused by the coronavirus. The disease can spread from person to person through small droplets from the nose or mouth, which are spread when a person with COVID-19 coughs or exhales. These droplets land on objects and surfaces around the person, and other people then catch COVID-19 by touching these objects and surfaces, then touching their eyes, nose, or mouth. Here's a few simple precautions that you can follow to reduce your chances of being infected or spreading COVID-19. Regularly and thoroughly clean your hands with an alcohol-based hand rub or wash them with soap and water. Cover your mouth and nose with your flexed elbow or use a tissue when you cough or sneeze. Then dispose of that used tissue immediately in a dustbin. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Maintain a social distance of at least 1 meter between yourself and everyone else. Drink copious amounts of water to make sure your body is hydrated. And remember, if you develop a fever, a cough, or have difficulty breathing, call 977. Stay safe, stay home.
Kids, I hope you are listening carefully. It's very important that we take these precautions very seriously, so we all avoid catching or spreading COVID-19. So, we must stay home for our safety. Okay?
Yes, Dad.
A tragedy that reveals his purpose. In a world at odds with his way of life. They say there is no place like home. But for Mandla Manyadzi, home is where his worst nightmare comes to life. The inheritance that divides brothers and threatens a legacy. The family secret that seeks to end a marriage.
Just tell me the truth, man. As your wife, I deserve that at least.
This season, the forsaken son of a chief returns home on a personal quest that challenges him to confront old family secrets and discover uncomfortable truths about where his destiny truly lies. Ekaya, coming to your screens this June, only on Eswatini TV.
Are still tuned in to Eswatini TV, and this is Home Study. And if you have just joined us, my name is Nowazi Dlamini, and right now we are doing chemistry for Form 5 with Notando Dlamini, who is going to be doing the chemistry Form 5 lesson today. Notando, how are you doing this afternoon?
I'm okay. How are you, Nowazi?
I'm okay, thank you very much. I understand that today we're doing electrolysis.
Yes.
Or I almost said electrolysis.
It's the same thing.
Oh,
There's
it's
no
the same
master
thing.
pronunciation.
Thank you very much for that. What are you expecting your Form 5 learner to have learned by the end of this lesson?
Okay. By the end of this lesson, the learner at home should be able to describe the process of electrolysis. He should also be able to draw an electrolytic cell and label it using the terms cathode, anode, conducting wire, and a cell and an electrolyte. They should also be able to give the products of an electrolysis from the ions of the starting material.
Okay. All right, Notando, thank you very much for that. Is there anything that your Form 5s are going to need during this lesson?
Oh, of course. They'll need their exercise books and their pens and pencils.
Okay. All right. Okay, Form 5s. I have a trivia question for you. It's chemistry related, do not worry, so it's not going to deter you from this lesson. What is the formula for sulfuric acid? I'll repeat that. What is the formula for sulfuric acid? Notando, without wasting any time, please can you begin your lesson?
Thank you so much, Nowazi. So, electrolysis is very important in our lives, and we practice electrochemistry in our everyday lives. For example, yourself as a human, you have electrolytes dissolved in your blood. Yourself as a human, you have electrolytes dissolved in your blood. It is for that reason that you will find yourself at times
suffering from a headache because of the imbalance of these electrolytes. Now, these medicines that are administered for you in order to deal with that pain are made of electrolytes themselves. Okay. Now, the process of rusting, which we can see in this metal, it is also an application of electrochemistry. And how we overcome this rusting, which you'll see in this slide, how we overcome this this rusting, it's the process of electroplating. As you can see on this slide, you have a teapot which has been silver plated, you have a goblet which has been silver plated, and the tap that you use every day has also been electroplated. Okay, electrolysis is also used in the technology of batteries. Electrolysis is also used in the technology of batteries, since and these batteries are used in so many devices that we use every day. Your phone that you are using right now has a battery. Calculators that we use in chemistry, they have batteries, and the wall clocks that we use also have batteries. So electrochemistry is applied in our everyday lives. Also, electrochemistry can also be used in the making of important elements through decomposing ionic compounds. Hope you still remember what ionic compounds are, using electricity. This part of electrochemistry is called electrolysis, which is what we'll be looking at today, basically. Okay, so today we'll be looking at electrolysis. What is electrolysis? The term itself is self-explanatory. We can split it into two. We can have electro, which is derived from the term electricity. Then the second term here, lysis, is a Greek word which means to break up or to decompose a substance. As I have said, this is an application of electrochemistry. So let us define electrolysis. What is electrolysis in definition? This is the use of direct current to break down or decompose molten ionic compounds or ionic compounds in solution form to its base atom. As you can remember, ionic compounds are made from what? They are made from atoms. As you can remember, ionic compounds, they allow current to pass through, or that is, they conduct electricity when they are molten or in solution form. Now, this process of electrolysis is conducted in a compartment called the electrolytic cell. This is what an electrolytic cell looks like. It has a power supply. For power supply, they normally use a cell or a battery. Hope you know that a battery, it is basically two or more cells arranged in series form. So the first component will be the power supply, and we are going to have a conducting wire. The power supply is going to give energy to the electrons in the circuit. As you can see, it's a circuit, and these electrons will flow through this conducting wire. Now, these conducting wires, there are two of them actually, as you can see on the other side. These conducting wires are connected to two metal bars. These metal bars are called electrodes. Now, in these electrodes, what you'll notice, as there are two of them, there's one electrode connected to the positive terminal of the power supply and another connected to the negative terminal of the power supply. The one
that is connected to the positive side is called the anode, and it has a positive charge. And the one that is connected to the negative terminal of the battery is called the cathode. Okay, so now in a beaker we have the electrolyte. We have what we call an electrolyte. What is this electrolyte? This electrolyte is basically the ionic compound that you want to split or break up using the current. Okay, so that is it basically. So you're going to have a power supply, conducting wires, electrodes, which are the anode and the cathode, and your electrolyte. Now, since we have just covered the components of an electrolytic cell, I would like you to try this question out. So you have an electrolytic cell here. Label the components labeled A, B, C. Give the names of these components. Your A. Now, from your JC, you remember that a cell is represented using this. So the longer stroke there will represent the positive terminal, and the negative terminal will be represented by the shorter one there. So which one will be your cathode and which one will be your anode? Remember, we said the anode is the anode is positively charged and the cathode is negatively charged. So our A will be the anode and your B will be the cathode, and C obviously is the cell or a battery. Okay, so now let's get to the electrolysis of molten ionic compounds. What does molten mean? Molten means that these compounds have been melted, which means the ions that you will find in this type of electrolyte will be only ions from the ionic compound. Okay, so just to jog your memory, examples of ionic compounds include magnesium chloride, sodium chloride, potassium bromide, sodium bromide, you name them, since we have covered them, learn at home. So in the electrolysis of molten ionic compounds, the electrodes that are used are inert, which means that they do not react with the electrolyte. The most commonly used electrode will be the carbon and the platinum electrodes. Remember, these ones, they do not react with the electrolyte. Okay, so let's do an example. This one will be the electrolysis of molten sodium chloride. The electrolysis of molten sodium chloride. So what happens in this electrolysis? First, we'll look at our electrolyte. Here as our electrolyte. We are going to have, sorry about the doctor's handwriting. We are going to have molten sodium chloride. The ions that will be present there will be the ions of sodium and those of what? Those of chloride. Since you remember, the formula is sodium chloride. Okay, so now what is going to happen? Remember, opposite charges attract. Our cathode is negatively charged, our anode is positively charged. So the positively charged ions, which are also known as cations, which in this case are sodium ions, will go to the cathode. When they get to the cathode, each and every one of them will gain an electron to become a sodium atom. Okay, this is represented using this type of equation. This equation is known as the half equation. Okay, so what happens exactly? It shows us that the sodium ion with a positive charge will gain an electron to become a neutral sodium atom. So what you will observe at the end of the experiment is that you will have dispositions of sodium metal around this cathode. Now remember, learner at home, that
When there is gaining of electrons, the process is known to be reduction. Okay, so now let us observe what happens to our positively charged electrode. So since it's positively charged, N ions will go to this anode. The N ions that we have in this case are these chloride ions. Are these chloride ions? So the chloride ion will go to the anode where it will gain, where it will lose an electron. The chloride ion will go to the anode where it will lose an electron to become chlorine. Now chlorine is unstable. What will happen is the chlorine atoms, the Cl, will further combine to form chlorine gas. It is for that reason when we write our half equation, we will have 2 Cl minus 2 chloride ions losing their electrons to form chlorine gas. So I know we are expecting this equation to be 2 Cl minus, then to show that it loses, it would be minus the electron. Then you have chlorine gas. You make sure your half equation is balanced. But now we don't do this. Rather, we transpose and bring the electron this side. So it is going to have a positive charge. Okay, so there are 2 electrons. It's simple and straightforward. You know how to write your half reactions. You know which ions will be present in this particular electrolyte. Okay, so now an exercise question just to see if you have grasped the concept. It says state the name and formula of the products that would be formed at the cathode. Products that will be formed at the cathode and anode in the electrolysis of molten calcium chloride, and lead-2 bromide. It is very important for you to know how to write formulas, learner at home, since at times they will just give you the name and assume that you know the formula. So simple, cation ions go to the cathode and N ions go to the anode. Now take note, they said they want products, not the ions. So you are going to say at the cathode for calcium chloride, you are going to have calcium and chlorine gas. Then for potassium bromide, for lead bromide, you are going to have lead at the cathode and bromine gas at the anode. Okay, so now let us get to the electrolysis of ionic compounds in solution form. Solution, that should ring a bell to you. What does solution mean now? It means this ionic compound has been dissolved in a certain solvent. Okay, so now this tells us that you will have ions from the ionic compound, and you will also have ions from the solvent that in which the ionic compound has been dissolved. Okay, so in this case, the products of electrolysis, can come from the ions of the ionic compound or the ions of the solvent. You got that right? The products of electrolysis can come from the ions of the ionic compound or the ions of the solvent. Now, what does this mean? It means that there will be 2 types of cations present in this solution and 2 types of anions. Hence, these ions will be in competition as to who will go to the anode and who will go to the cathode, as only one of them should go there. Now, what do we do? Let me just give you a quick example. Let's say you are told that you have aqueous calcium bromide. This one tells you that the calcium has been dissolved in water. So the cations, this is what I mean. I said there will be 2 types of cations. There will be calcium ions and there will be hydrogen ions. 2 types of anions. there will be hydroxide ions, and then there will be bromide ions. It's a competition. Who will go there? Now, the discharge of ions in solution is preferential. As who goes to the anode or the cathode, is preferential. The preferential discharge of ions is dependent on a number of factors. One, the concentration of the ions in the electrolyte. Those ions that will be present in high concentration will be of high preference. Secondly, the nature of the electrode. Those then thirdly, the position of the ion in the electrochemical series. The position of the ion in the electrochemical series. Electrochemical series. What is an electrochemical series? It's simple. The electrochemical series is a list that places ions in order of ease of electrical discharge. It's a list that places ions in order of ease of electrical discharge. Any ion will be discharged from the solution in preference to those above it. Now let us see how this electrochemical series looks like. We have potassium ions, sodium ions, calcium 2+, magnesium. Now the ease of discharge increases as you move down the electrochemical series. For cation ions, these ones are positively charged. The cation ions, it increases as you go down. And on the right here we have anions. It also increases as you go down. Now, if you are low in the reactivity series, let's say we have two types of cations being silver and lead, what is going to happen? Silver, because it is low down in the electrochemical series, will be the one that will go to the cathode. Now lead will not go there. So the products that we will have will be from silver. The same thing this side. If you have two types, let's say maybe, let me use another one. Let's say we have hydroxide and maybe bromine. We have hydroxide and bromine. The product will be from hydroxide. Okay. My anion spelling. This is the right one. Okay. So you understand your electrochemical series. Your life will be easy. Okay. So now, let us look at the electrolysis of copper 2 chloride in aqueous solution. Aqueous means it has been dissolved in water. Okay, so the ions that will be present in the solution, I have grouped them. There is copper chloride. Copper chloride, this is the formula. Then we have water. So the cations that we have will be these ones, copper and H from the water. So we are going to have copper 2+ and H+. Then the anions will be chloride ions and the hydroxide ions. Okay, so which one will be discharged? We'll make use of our electrochemical series. Let us first look at the copper and compare it to hydrogen. So which one will go to the cathode? In this case, which one? It will be copper. Why? Because it is low down in the electrochemical series than the hydrogen ion. So your products that you will have there will be copper. Okay, so now how about the hydroxide and the chloride ions? Remember, it is not only the way what affects which one will go to the will be a product, is not only where it lies in the electrochemical series, but there are other factors such as concentration. You will note here in this illustration that we have a low concentration of the hydroxide ions. We have a low concentration of the hydroxide ions. Okay, so these are hydroxide ions and these are chloride ions. Then these are copper ions. The copper ions will just go to the cathode, where each one will gain, since it's copper 2 plus, it means how many electrons are needed? 2 electrons are needed in order to form copper atom, right? Okay, so now from our electrochemical series between hydroxide and chloride, we expected hydroxide to go there. However, it is not the case. Chlorine goes there. Why? Because it is in high concentration as compared to the concentration of hydroxide. So the products that we will have here are chlorine gas and copper metal. So these are the half reactions. At the cathode, you will have copper 2 plus. You have copper 2 plus, which will gain 2 electrons to become copper metal. Then at the anode, we are going to have 2 chloride ions losing electrons. Remember, the electrons will be on the other side of the arrow. So this is how the half equation looks like. Remember, gaining of electrons is reduction, and losing electrons is oxidation. Moving on, let us look at the electrolysis of dilute sulfuric acid. Dilute means water has been added to the sulfuric acid. So what ions are present in this solution? These will be hydrogen ions and sulfate ions from the sulfuric acid. And we have hydrogen ions again, along with hydroxide ions from the water. So now we have these ions here. So let's continue to see how the electrolysis will happen. So this electrolysis is conducted in the lab in the Hofmann voltameter. Why? So that you get both gases. So what is going to happen? We are going to have at the cathode, hydrogen ions will go to the cathode and gain electrons to form hydrogen. Now hydrogen is unstable, so the hydrogen atoms will further combine to form hydrogen gas. Okay, now at the cathode, rather, we have sulfate ions. We have sulfate ions. And then we also have which ions? We have hydroxide ions. When we look at our electrochemical series, our sulfate ions are high up there. So it means which ones will go there? It will be the hydroxide ions. Okay. So what is going to happen now? The hydroxide ions, they will go to the anode. They will go to the anode, where they will lose 4 electrons. Now they produce oxygen and water. So a quick question: there's gas A, then there's an electrode. This is gas A, this is the electrode, and you have your electrolyte, the solution here. This is the electrolysis of sulfuric acid. Oh, also the electrolysis of sulfuric acid is known as the electrolysis of water, because the concentration of the sulfuric acid does not change. Okay, so now name gas A. What will be gas A? Gas A will be hydrogen gas. How do you see that? It is because hydrogen gas, there are 2 gases produced there, as you remember. There will be hydrogen gas and oxygen gas. Hydrogen gas will always be double the amount of oxygen gas. So that is how we are going to see here that gas A is hydrogen gas.
Also, what is the reason for adding the acid? If we are saying the electrolysis is for water, it is none other to speed up the reaction. Okay, why are platinum electrodes used in this electrolysis? It's because they do not react with the electrolyte. Write the reaction that occurs at the anode. It is as follows. So learner at home, today we have described electrolysis. We have labeled the components of an electrolytic cell, and we have also discussed the electrolysis of molten sodium chloride, aqueous, let's just say the electrolysis of water, the electrolysis of acidified water, and of course the electrolysis of aqueous copper chloride. That's it for the day. We'll continue next time.
Thank you very much, Notando, for your lesson, and we hope to see you again for another chemistry lesson. I'm sure we will. Yeah?
Of course we will.
Alright, Tom Fives, at the beginning of the lesson, I actually asked a question, and if you were following, the answer did appear at some point. What is the formula for sulfuric acid? And the answer is H2SO4. I'm right.
Exactly.
Yes, thank you. And Saki, Lenzinisa, Neliswa Dludlu, Vui, and Kani, you guys got the answer correct. Thank you very much for that. Thank you very much, Notando, once again. As from Fives, please do not move, do not go anywhere. We'll be back after a short infomercial break with the mathematics for your lesson. We'll be back after this.
COVID-19, yes, the coronavirus. It is now our daily talk. It is now our everyday breaking news. I think it's high time we all come together and make sure we bring an end to this. Cause we can't sit down while it's still taking over. Let's all follow all the precautions given by the health department so that we can protect ourselves and also protect others.
I just wash my hands before I touch. I just close my mouth before I cough. And I just close my mouth before I sneeze. And I don't go to parties, that's a risk, yeah.
I see. I wash my hands before I touch. I see. I close my mouth before I cough. I see. I close my mouth before I sneeze. I see. I don't go to parties, that's a risk.
I see. People going through a lot. I see. Coronavirus is a threat. I see. I don't go to parties, that's a risk. I see. I close my mouth before I cough. In case you're wondering, just wash your hands in case you handle things, and then keep an eye if you sneeze or cough, gotta keep it covered. I mean, who am I? Just a person living, wanna see you living, cause I value life. Eswatini, raise up, we gon' fight and conquer, cause we really got this.
I see. I wash my hands before I touch. I see. I close my mouth before I cough. I see. I close my mouth before I sneeze. I see. I don't go to parties, that's a risk.
Believe that some of the people you know can never be trusted at all. You gotta be cautious. Wash your hands more often. Can trust everything that we touch. And when you sneeze, you gotta make sure you cover your mouth, but not with your hands, cause you do not know who you gonna touch or what you have touched before all of that. Avoid meeting up with too many people for your own good and everyone else. You gotta make sure you keep it all clean. Watch how you maneuver, look after yourself. A hand sanitizer won't kill you. Make sure that you use running water. Just think of our brothers and sisters in the country and the ones that are outside the borders. Yeah.
I see. I wash my hands before I touch. I see. I close my mouth before I cough. I see. I close my mouth before I sneeze. I see. I don't go to parties, that's a risk. Let's all come together and all say, not today, coronavirus.
COVID-19 is an infectious disease caused by a new coronavirus introduced to humans for the first time. It is spread from person to person, mainly through the droplets produced when an infected person speaks, coughs, or sneezes. These droplets can land in the mouths or noses of people who are nearby. These droplets are too heavy to travel far in the air. They only travel approximately 1 meter and quickly settle on surfaces. This is the reason person-to-person spread is happening mainly between close contacts. The exact time that the virus can survive on surfaces is not yet known. So it is wise to clean surfaces regularly, particularly in the vicinity of people infected with COVID-19. Hands touch many surfaces, which can be contaminated with the virus. You should therefore avoid touching your eyes, nose or mouth, since contaminated hands can transfer the virus from the surface to yourself. When coughing or sneezing, cover your mouth and nose with the bend of your elbow or use a disposable tissue. If a tissue is used, discard it immediately into a closed bin. The most effective way to prevent the spread of the new coronavirus is to clean your hands frequently with an alcohol-based hand rub or soap and water. This will eliminate the virus if it is on your hands. Stay healthy and prevent the spread of COVID-19.
A very warm welcome back to our viewers and a very good afternoon if you have just joined us. You are still tuned in to Eswatini TV and this is Home Study. My name is Nowazi Dlamini. If you have just joined us, where have you been? That is the question. We are doing the last subject for the day, which is mathematics for Form 5, and already joining me in the studio is the Form 5 mathematics teacher Ngamiso Dlamini. Ngamiso, how are you doing this afternoon?
I'm fine, Nowazi.
I'm okay. Thanks for asking.
Yes, I'm also.
Yes.
Yeah.
I understand that today we're doing probability.
Yes, we'll be looking at it just a conditional probability.
Okay, all right. What are you expecting your learner to have learnt by the end of this lesson?
I want my learner to look at conditional probability, the definition of a conditional probability, and also solve some problems concerning conditional probability.
Okay, all right. We hope that the Form 5s are ready for the lesson. And just to remind our viewers back home that we are live on YouTube and on Facebook. And if you have any questions, please feel free to use our WhatsApp number. Now, I do have a trivia question for you guys. It's just a short question. Give me the last number from these numbers. 144, 121, 100, 81, then 64. What's the number after that? I'll repeat. 144, 121, 100, 81, then 64. What's the next number after that? Namiso, you can pick in your lesson.
Thank you very much, Lena at home. Today we're looking at conditional probability, which has got a lot of applications in real life. So if you are a striker and you in a soccer match and you score a goal, sometimes the referee can deny you that goal for certain reason. It's because of the condition you were in when you're scoring. If you're in an offside position, then you will be denied that goal. And there is a probability that you will be denied that goal. Sometimes if you're in a offside position, they can allow you that goal depending on how the referees saw that. So today I want us to talk about a probability, a conditional probability. Before we get into conditional probability, let's just define what is probability. Probability is a likelihood of an event occurring and not occurring, meaning that an event can occur. So if you score a goal, the goal can be allowed or it can be denied. That is, an event is occurring. So, but before we get into much of conditional probability, let's look at this example. You know that conditional probability has got two aspects. We see conditional probability when we are talking about elements being reduced in that particular event, or else we see conditional probability on everyday life. So this example, this one, talks about elements being reduced or elements being taken out of this particular bag. We've got this bag which has got 9 balls inside. 4 of them are blue while 5 of them are red. So 2 of these balls are taken out at random. So we're taking out the 2 balls. So in probability we use the terms random, meaning that look when we are taking out the balls from the bag. And this question says 2 balls are taken out from the bag, one after another, now without replacement. This term is very, very important. That is the condition. That is what we determines whether this question is about conditional probability or is not about conditional probability. So remember here, when we're taking out 2 balls from the bag, we do not take the 2 balls at the same time, but we take 1 ball at a time. That is under probability. That is what always occurs. Okay, now they say without replacement. What does that mean? This means that the number of balls inside the bag does not change. So now the question says find the probability of selecting a red ball on the second row. Find the probability of selecting a red ball on the second row. That is after taking the second, that the probability that the second ball is red. So we first draw a tree diagram. And the tree diagram, I hope you understand how to draw a tree diagram, and it looks like this. So here under probability we've got events. In this particular case there are 2 events. We've got the event of drawing the first ball and the event of drawing the second ball. This is the first event, that is the first ball, and the second event is the one of drawing the second ball. So because there are 9 balls in total in the bag, so the probability, the denominator is going to have the 9, which is the total number of balls in the bag. So now because there are 4 blue balls, that is the probability of taking the first ball being a blue ball is 4 over 9. 4 over 9. Then the probability of taking a red ball from the bag is 5 over 9. Okay, so now because this is a tree diagram branches, these are the branches for the first event, which is taking out the first ball. There are 2 branches because we are having 2 outcomes, which is blue or red. Then the event, which is the second event where we are taking out the second ball. Now both of those branches or on the second event must be joined to each of the branches in the first event. This means that you can take the first ball in the first ball can be blue, the second ball can either be blue or red. It can either be blue or red, or if you choose a first ball being red, the second ball can either be blue or red. That's why we have got so many branches for the second event. One other thing you should remember in probability when you're having a tree diagram is that this one, sorry, when you're having this one, the probabilities here in these 2 branches, they must add up to 1 always in a tree diagram, because these 2 branches, you see that they're coming from the same point. So all the probabilities coming from the same point, when you add them, you must always have 1. So meaning that even this, there must be 1. The sum of also these ones must be 1. Okay, so now here we're told that the ball was not replaced. The ball was replaced in the bag. That one is an unconditional probability. That is, the probability of the second ball does not depend on what happened for this in the first ball. So because of that, if you took the first ball being blue, the probability that the second ball is blue, it remains the same. It is still 4 over 9. So if the first ball was blue, the probability that the second ball is blue is still 5 over, is red now, is 5 over 9. So if the first ball was red, the probability that the second ball is blue, still it is 4 over 9. So this is an example of an unconditional probability. So in your tree diagram, you also have this column for outcomes, these outcomes is blue, blue, meaning that the first ball was blue, the second ball is also blue. This outcome is blue, red, meaning that the first ball is blue, the second ball is red. And this one is red, blue, meaning that the first ball is red, the second ball is blue. And these two outcomes, they are not the same. These are two different outcomes. Even though they're just red, blue, both of them, there's just one red and one blue, but the two different outcomes. Should take note of that. The first ball in this one, the first ball is blue, the second ball is red, which is different from taking the first ball being red and the second ball being blue. Okay, so the next column is of probabilities, where you write your probabilities. Where do you get this probability? To get an outcome of blue, blue, we multiply the probability of getting a blue in the first ball times the probability of getting a blue in the second ball, which is 4/9 times 4/9. That one gives you the answer, which is 16/81. So you do the same for blue, red. You do the same for blue, red. You multiply. To get into blue, red, we moved from this branch where there was blue, then we went to red. Okay, so it's 4/9 times 5/9. The answer is 20/81. So you do the same even for the next branches until you get all your probabilities. And these four probabilities, when you edit them, you must get 1 to make sure that you are correct. Then answering the question that was asked, find the probability of selecting a red ball on the second row. That probability, yes, a red ball on the second row, we see it in this outcome and also in this outcome. That is when blue, red, and red, red. That's where we are having a red ball on the second ball. So those are the two options we are having. We've got this option and that option. So when you have got two options, you have to edit the two options. To find the probability of getting a red ball on the second row, you add the first option, which was 20/81, taken from blue, red, plus the second option, which is red, red. So the answer is 20/81 plus 25/81, giving you 45/81, which you can simplify to get 5/9. Okay, so now let's get into conditional probability. Conditional probability is a likelihood of an event or an outcome occurring based on what has occurred on the previous outcome. What was the previous, what you got on the previous outcome. Okay, so we are going to use the same example we had, this one, but now being a conditional probability. So in this example, we have just done it. We have just drawn its tree diagram when it was an unconditional probability. So now let's look at this one when it is conditional probability. Now it says it is the same question. A bag contains 4 blue balls and 5 red balls. Also, 2 balls are taken out at random, taken out from the bag one after the other. They are not taken out at the same time. But now the balls, they are not replaced. This one is called conditional probability, and these events are dependent, meaning that the probability of getting of telling that it's a second event depends on the outcome of the first event. So the tree diagram for this particular case, now where we're talking about conditional probability, will look like this. So this, I hope you can see that is the same as what we have in the previous. Even in this case, we've got 2 outcomes. We've got 2 events. There's the first ball and the second ball. Then outcomes, we can have 4 of them because of this. Okay, so here when I'm drawing a ball in the bag for the first time, there are 4 blue balls and 5 red balls, then the probability of getting a blue ball when you're drawing it in the bag for the first time is 4/9. Then the probability of getting a red ball is 5/9. Now, well, I want us to concentrate on this, which is the second event. Okay. So depending on what happened in the first event, then we have to have the probabilities. So these probabilities in the second event, they depend on what happens on the first event, which is this one. Okay. And now, if we took a blue ball in the first event, then now we want to take another blue ball in the second event. Now the ball is not replaced, so I think you can see this branch is connecting to the blue ball. So we want to write a probability on this branch. Okay, because you took a blue ball, now we've got 3 balls. There were 4 blue balls initially. Now there are 3 balls. Remember the total number of balls, because you took the ball, first ball, and you didn't replace it. The total number of balls, which is going to be in the denominator of the probabilities, is now 8. Okay. So meaning that now the probability of taking out a second ball is 3/8. Then for this branch now, we want to find the probability of taking out a red ball if the first ball was blue. So that probability is 5/8. Why? Because there were 5 blue red balls initially, and it didn't take any. And also the total of these probabilities must be 1. The total there, it must be 1. So if we already have 3/8, definitely you should have 5/8 for the other branch. So we do the same for this one. This one is joined on the red. This means that if the first ball was red, what is the probability that the second ball is blue? So we didn't take a blue ball, and there were 4, so they remain 4. That means now the probability is 4/8. 8 being the total number of balls in the bag. So if we drew out the first ball being red, now the probability that the second ball is red will also be 4/8, because there were 5 balls initially, and now we just took 1 ball, and the balls now they are 4, meaning that the probability of getting a red ball for the second draw is 4/8. So we come to the outcomes. The outcomes still are the same. There's blue, meaning blue in the first ball, blue in the second ball. There is blue, red, and red, blue, and red, red. The question is still the same. Find the probability of selecting a red ball on the second draw. Find the probability of selecting a red ball on the second draw. Okay, so before do that, we have our probabilities, which we take them from the branches. Blue, blue, we go along the branch of blue, blue, along the branches of blue, blue, which is 4/9. Multiply this probability and that probability to get this the probability of this outcome, which is in this case 12/72. Then we find the probability of blue, red. We go along the branch of blue, red, and when we are going along the branches, you multiply. So it will be 4/9 times 5/8, which is 20/72. We do the same for this one, for this outcome. This outcome is red. This outcome is red, blue. So you multiply along this branch. This branch is, you get 5/9 times 4/8, which is 20/72. Multiply numerator by numerator, denominator by denominator. Under normal circumstances, it is, especially if you are using a tree diagram, it is proper not to simplify probabilities. You simplify the final answer, which you should submit for marking. Okay. So now the question said, find the probability of selecting a red ball on the second draw. The second draw is taken from you had the blue ball, in the first row, we had a blue ball and a red ball in the second row. Then, or we have a red ball in the first row and a red ball in the second row. These are the two possible outcomes, and you should add outcomes. Always in probability, you add possible outcomes. If you've got many possible outcomes, you should add them, meaning that the answer here is the probability of this outcome plus the probability of that outcome, which is 20 over 72 plus 20 over 72. That one gives 40 over 72 because the denominators are the same. Just add the numerators and keep the denominator. Then you simplify that, you get 5 over 8. So now let's look at this other probability, the other aspect of conditional probability. We are told that in this particular question, the probability that it will rain today is 1 over 3. Now the question is, what is the probability that it will not rain? The probability that it will rain, and it in this case doesn't rain. So that probability is, so the probability that an event does not occur is always given by 1 minus the probability that an event occurs. Remember that probabilities, the highest probability is 1 and the lowest is 0. If you are sure that an event is going to occur, that probability is 1. If you are not, if you are sure that it will not occur, the probability is 0. So any solution for probability, any answer for probability, it is expected that is any number between 0 and 1. So the probability that it will not rain, that one is 1 minus 1 over 3, which is 3, or else is okay, it is I'm sorry for that, is 2 over 3. 1 minus 1 over 3 is 2 over 3. That is the probability that it will not rain. So 1 minus the probability that it will rain today. So now the second question, part 2, says if this if now is a condition. If it rains today, the probability that it will rain tomorrow is 2 over 5. If it rains today, the probability that it will rain tomorrow is 2 over 5. So now the raining, the condition of the weather condition for tomorrow depends on what happened today. If it rained today, then the probability that it will rain tomorrow is 2 over 5. That is what is given in the question. Okay. Then now it says if it does not rain today, the probability that it will rain tomorrow is 1 over 6. So you see now that it rained tomorrow because of a certain condition, or because of what happened today. The question now is complete the tree diagram using this information. So this is the tree diagram which you should complete. So here we've got two events. The events they are not the raining and not raining. Raining and not raining, those are outcomes. These are outcomes. Rain or no rain, those are outcomes. But the events we talk about today and tomorrow, those are the events in this particular probability. So they say, and we are given that the probability that it rains today is 1 over 3. So we're completing the tree diagram. So if it rains today, the probability that it will, if the probability of that it rains today is 1 over 3, then the probability that it does not rain is 2 over 3. What about tomorrow? We are given a condition. If it rains, the probability that it rains tomorrow is given as 2 over 5. It's given as 2 over 5. But if, so now we have to fill in the probability in that particular, for this particular branch. So that one is 3 over 5. Is 3 over 5. 5. That one is 3 over 5. Why? Because when you add these two probabilities, you must get a 1. So here, in the next branch here, now we are told that if it does not rain, the probability that it rains is, let me erase this, the probability that it rains the next day, that is tomorrow, is 1 over 6. That's what we are told. So if this probability is 1 over 6, then this one will be 5 over 6. That one will be 5 over 6. Okay. So now you have to take note of these two questions, this question and that question. This question says, we're going to use now the tree diagram. Yes, I'm going to give you a full tree diagram because I've erased some of the things here. It says, find the probability that it will rain on at least one of the 2 days. At least one of the 2 days. The 2 days are tomorrow, today and tomorrow. So at least means that it can rain today and rains tomorrow, or it rains today, does not rain tomorrow. That is at least it must rain on one of the days. Then this one says no, or else you can have no rain today but a rain tomorrow. So those are the possible outcomes we are having. There are 3. It rains today, it does not rain it rains also tomorrow, or it rains today, it does not rain tomorrow, or rain does not rain today but rains tomorrow. That is raining at least. At least there must be rain. Okay. So how do you do that? So how do you do that? Okay, so we get the probabilities that it rains. So we've already got the probability that it rains today, and it rains also tomorrow.
Okay, I'm sorry to disturb you. Can we take a little bit of an infomercial? We'll be back with your lesson after this. Viewers, can we take an infomercial? We'll be back right after this.
Itiko letempilo besixwayisile ngesifo lesivelile kulamalanga i-coronavirus COVID-19 bagcizelela kakhulu ukuhlendeka kwetandla lokumcoka ukuthi itandla digezwe nawugeza tandla ke bashilo ukuthi digeze lokungenani ama-seconds lang-20 ngemanti lagijimako lanesipho. Lokunye ke lesixwayise ngako ukuthi latingalweni lingahlala leligciwane ukuthi ngakuthi letingalo nato utiwashe ungashintsha itandla kuphela for 20 seconds nalamkhathi sinetandla ugeze nakhona litawufa ligciwane kanjalo. Ngiyacela ma-loyal viewers, gezani itandla, nihlale ekhaya, nihlale niphephile, sitayinqobe i-COVID-19.
Apologies for that, viewers. We just had a bit of an issue. We fixed it. Mr. Dlamini, you can continue with your lesson.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, my learners at home. We are looking at conditional probability. There was a question that what is the probability that it rains on at least one of the 2 days. So this is the answer for that particular question. So it is 1 minus the probability that it rains. It does not rain on any of the day. This one is the probability that it does not rain on any of those days. So the answer here, when you do that, is to be 1 or minus 10 over 8, which is 8 over 18. The other question says, what's the probability that it rains on one of the 2 days? On one of the 2 days. So it can rain today and does not rain tomorrow, or it can rain today, does not rain tomorrow, or it can not rain today, which was this probability, and does not rain it rains tomorrow. So that one is this probability 1 over 3 times 3 over 5 plus, because we're adding, because there are two options here, we're adding the options, 2 over 3 times 1 over 6, which gives you 2 over 15 plus 2 over 18. You simplify that to 14 over 40 over 45. Thank you very much, my dear Lena at home. We have been looking at conditional probability. In fact, we've been looking at probability. Specifically, we concentrated on conditional probability, where we saw that probability, conditional probability, we've got two types of conditional probabilities based on the selection of items or based on everyday life, like this one we have just looked at. Thank you very much. I hope we have enjoyed your lesson. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ngamiso, for that. And we hope to see you back again for another mathematics lesson.
Thank you.
Thank you. From fives, remember I did ask a question earlier on before our lesson started. Continue this pattern or sequence of numbers. The numbers were 144, 121, 100, 81, and 64. Thank you very much to Stephen Zipelele Twala, Kanya Skosana, and Melusi Zishwili. You guys got the answer correct, which is 49. So after 64, it's 49. Thank you very much for that. Once again, thank you, Ngamiso, for joining us. Yes. Viewers, do not go anywhere. Lerato and myself will be right back after this.
Kumelula ukuthi ligciwane lecorona lisuke kulomunye lingene kulomunye uma sitawusonzelana. Singasita sinciphise kwanza kwalo ngekuthi sikhweshelane. Lokhu kusho ukuthi singachawulani, singathinzani njengokuhagana nje. Tikhweshise ngesigaba lesiyimitha kusuka kulabanye. Kumcoka kakhulu kuhlala uhlobile nekuthi hlobisa uma uke waphumela kubantu. Ngekubambisana sitakumisa kwanza kwaleli gciwane sibe ngulabaphilile. Eswatini sibambisene kulwa nekwanza kweligciwane lecorona.
Welcome back to our viewers. Unfortunately, that was the last lesson for the day. Lerato, how was your day for you today?
My day was exciting today. I learned a lot from Siswati and I got to recap on my science. I got to learn about the non-metals and so forth and so forth. It was very interesting today. How was your day today?
My day was very, very interesting, jam-packed as always, but I learned quite a lot actually from Siswati as well, and the chemistry class, surprisingly. I've never liked chemistry, but today I actually learned a couple of things. So could you please remind our viewers about Monday's timetable? What's happening on Monday?
Well, grade 7s, Form 3s and Form 5s, you're going for weekends, so I hope you're going to be ready for Monday's timetable. We will have religious education from 2 p.m. to 2:30 p.m, followed by religious education for Form 3 learners from 2:30 p.m. to 3:08 p.m, followed by English language for Form 3 learners from 3:08 p.m. to 3:45 p.m. And then for the Form 5 learners, we will have English language from 3:45 p.m. to 4:25 p.m. And then the last subject is Siswati for Form 5s from 4:25 p.m. to 5 p.m. So we're going to have a jam-packed day as always.
Jam-packed it will be, of course. And just to remind our viewers that we are live on YouTube and on Facebook, from 2 p.m. until 5 p.m. And if you have any questions, please feel free to use our WhatsApp number for the relevant subjects that are being taught on that day. And let me emphasize this. Please do not call us. We are not going to answer you. We just want your questions. Text them, please, and we'll forward them to the teacher, and maybe they'll be able to answer. Ready for the weekend?
I'm ready for the weekend.
Yes, aren't we all? Hey? Stay safe, stay at home. We'll see you guys on Monday. Bye.
Bye.